Oh, gamers. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. We love a Genshin Impact. I figured we'd do some world quests, some more exploration. You know, that jazz. Also, we have an event to do as well. Realized that I didn't apply the title. Oopsie. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, anyway. Oh, I do remember we started a world quest. Started a world quest last time I streamed this that I never finished. So let's finish that one. Just had these 3 things sitting here for forever. And like, this bottle stinks and it smells fishy too. Information retrieved. This item is related to a resident's thing. Let's record this in investigation notes first. Jeez. I swear those things are too fast. Dirty, empty wine bottle. A dirty, empty wine bottle from which a strange smell wafts, like a sea filled with salty fish. Commonly found button that shows signs of having its thread snapped. Huh? A button? Doesn't look like there's anything special about it. Let's record this in our investigation notes. Symbol button. A commonly found button that shows signs of having its thread snapped. An empty pedestal. If you look closely, you can see a notch left by a sharp implement. What's this? Based on the shape and depth, this was made by a small knife or something similar. So where's this knife now? Let's add this to our notes. Notch on the pedestal. A notch left behind by a sharp weapon, as though cut by a short knife or dagger. Oh. A tangle of footprints with no consistent depth or pattern. Ah, look at all these footprints. Looks like a few people came by. Based on these patterns, they belong to 4 different people. Paper has already put a lid on this news and isolated all non-related individuals. As such, we can assume that these footprints were left behind during the crime itself. Let's record this in our investigation notes. Let's see footprints. Footprints of different depth with different patterns, intertwined and overlapping. They should belong to 4 different individuals. Okay. You still missing a thing? Should probably track it. There's apparently still something we're missing. Wait. Hear it? Yep, there it is. Just gotta listen for the sparkles. A letter that seems to have already been opened. The writer's desires have dissipated with the wind. Emma doesn't get it. What's with this letter? Bruh, I didn't even get to read it. Have you searched the entire scene? Are you sure you haven't missed anything? You've got so much evidence. Footprints, a bottle. Paimon's brain is almost fried. Let's think, Tabor. Does this give us any leads? Maybe something that tells us what to do next. The Paimon search the current evidence. How many people are associated with the disappearance of Sir Arthur? Words of different depths with different patterns, intertwined and overlapping. They should belong to 4 different individuals. Where can the suspect be found? Testimony from a resident of the Steambird. If you're asking about anyone suspicious, I did see a homeless drunk hanging around near the entrance of the paper's office. Especially lately, he seems to be sleeping there every night. Testimony from residents. A drunken vagrant? Oh, I know him. That's Rocher. I've seen him near the docks. He's always begging for a drink from the vendors there. Honestly, he wasn't like this before. If you're asking about anyone suspicious, I did often see a kid going to the paper's office, but he never goes inside. He just knows he's around near Sir Arthur. Maybe he likes toys like that. Maybe? Oh, that's not it. I'm not sure what it's asking here. I guess. Oh? Bro, am I literally gonna pick the right answer last? Here we go. Okay. I feel like that wasn't very clear, but I'm also probably just not thinking correctly. Things are a bit clearer now, but Paimon's not sure anything we found is very useful. Paimon guesses the best lead is that vagrant, Rocher. I agree. One of the footprints must be his, right? And he sounds like the most suspicious. Why so? Well, he's a vagrant, and vagrants are meant to wander about, but he stays in one place. He's definitely up to something. Guess it makes a little sense. Trust me, I'm right. Let's go and check out the docks. Someone said they saw him there. Unsealed letter. Envelope containing no particularly special information. If there is any information here, then it is that the letter within it is already gone. Go to the pier. Oh, treasure hoarders. Men, Rocher has to be hiding here somewhere. He owes, so he has to pay. Find him for me. And as if not paying his debts wasn't enough, he made me chase after him. I'm gonna trash this place and break his legs. Is it the dog? What the dog doing? What are you barking at? Stop, what are you doing? Who are you? Mind your own business. Director 42, look at the uniform. They're the Marachasi Phantom. Maybe we should fall back. I don't care about who they are. Steel yourself, men, with me.
What you got? Another test subject.
Another test subject.
Time to go. One with nature.
Oh.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Director 42, the blonde one and the robot are difficult to handle. Blasted mud. I slipped and fell. Guess Rocher got lucky. Okay, lads, move. I see you're a fighter, Tabor. Oh, that's nothing for her. Woof, woof. Dude, what are they attacking? Oh, no need to thank me, pup. We're looking for your master. Does he owe people money? Hey, listen up. Listen, pup. Your master took Sir Arthur to pay off a debt, right? Spit it out. Where is he hiding? In my humble analysis, this line of questioning will fail due to language incompatibilities. The puppy looks at you as if to say, yeah, obviously. Then let's search the area. That thief must be here somewhere. A picture of a loving couple. Is this Rocher and his wife? Information retrieved. The woman in the photo is... Who? Ragged old clothes from who knows where, emitting an odd smell. Aren't these a girl's clothes? Whoa, there's someone hiding in that chest. Don't hit me. So you're Rocher. I don't have any more, not a single coin. It's okay, we chased the debt collectors off. Oh, wonderful, and what a charming young Melusine you are. You are right, I am Rocher, and when I make it big, I won't forget to reward you generously. Dream on, you thief. We're the Marachasi Phantom, and we're here to arrest you. You stole Sir Arthur last night, didn't you? Confess. Who did you sell it to? Me? Stole Sir Arthur? By the Hydro Archon, as if a person of my standing would do such a thing. I've been hiding in this chest since yesterday evening. Oh, really? Curve, what's the verdict? Biodata anomaly identified. Mr. Rocher, you are lying. Me? Lying? Nonsense. Calumny. Slander. Where's the evidence? The bottle by the Steambird. We found a bottle by the Steambird just like these ones. You left it there, right? Even if the bottle is the same, it doesn't mean that I left it there. Why, a place the size of Fontaine must be full of drunkards like me. Result replicated. Biodata anomaly identified. Mr. Rocher, you are lying. Hey, what's with this metal bucket? I'm going to have my honesty and nobility smeared. I want an actual person to do it. Less shouting. Listen here, thief. We're going to turn this place upside down and shake it to see if any evidence falls out. So no crying when we find something. Look then, look. Without real evidence, all you can do is insult me. Puppy looks at you as if waiting for something. I don't think any of this is it. Huh. Maybe? Woof woof. Huh? What's he doing? Guess he's sniffing it out. I know, he must have recognized the scent. The bottle must have Rocher's scent on it. Lombroso, did you have to? Rocher, see, the dog recognizes your scent. Do you still deny that you were at the newspaper office? Okay, calm down, won't you? And Lombroso, you traitor. Lombroso wags his tail happily as if saying, I don't understand. Okay, I admit it. Wow, Curve, you were spot on. How'd you know? Can you detect liars? Correct, Miss Paimon. Really? You're a lie detector? Hey, didn't we talk about prying into other people's private lives? Get to know us first. Hurry up and come clean, Rocher. What did you do? But that's my private life, isn't it? How dare you? Fess up or you'll be enjoying plenty of privacy in the fortress of Maripede. No, okay, I admit, I've told a few tiny little lies, but I didn't steal Sir Arthur, honest. I slept by the Steambird's entrance last night, that's all. When I went to sleep, Sir Arthur was there, but when I woke up, it was gone, and I was worried people would suspect me, so I ran. That's not the full story, is it? We've been told you've been seen there a lot lately. Planning your heist, no doubt. That's not true. I was hoping to get some work there, you know, start off picking up litter, or maybe some bigwig might spot your potential and then whoosh, your career takes off. Seems like you were the one causing the litter with your stinky wine bottles. That's not going to impress any bigwigs, that's for sure. I don't believe it. He is lying again. It's true. Let me finish. I know how I look now, but I used to work at the Palais Mermonia. Well, it was my wife that got me the job. Her family used to be a big deal, and they still have some connections. Anyway, I used to be respectable. Really? I'm not sure which is worse, begging for food or relying on your wife. Don't say that. I wanted to become successful under my own steam, obviously. But that's when my problems started. A while back, some people offered to let me in their business. Don't worry about startup funds, they said. You can owe us. So I signed up. But I soon realized that the goods they were giving me were unsellable garbage, and then they started demanding I pay what I owed them. Are those the people who were here? Yeah. I didn't have any choice to pawn things from home and get some money, but I didn't realize that what I'd taken belonged to my wife, something her grandfather left her. When she realized this, I was too scared to tell her the truth, so I said that I'd lost money gambling. She was furious and threw me out. Huh? Why not tell the truth? Maybe she had forgiven you if she'd known. What does this guy know about telling the truth? If he claimed he lost it in gambling, he could blame bad luck. If he lost it on a bad business deal, he'd have to admit to being a good-for-nothing loser. But what does this have to do with the newspaper? A month ago, the Steambird reported on a team of scammers, the Elegant Tableware Conferee. Those were the people who conned me. Professional con artists. Wow, the Steambird is pretty good at their job, huh? I know, that's why I wanted to work there. It would have been a respectable job, and I could have earned enough to get my wife's things back. Curve, is that true? Biodata has returned to normal range. Mr. Rocher is not lying. Huh. So it really wasn't him. So, did you see anything suspicious last night? I did. I was woken up by some noise, and I think I saw someone. Someone very small running away. That's suspicious, right? Someone small. The statements from the residents mentioned a young boy. Could be him. But where would we find him? If only we had a puppy to show us the way again. Ambrosio wags his tail happily. He seems to know what he's being talked about. Now that you mention it, Lombroso has an excellent sense of smell. Why don't we see if he can pick up on a scent? Paimon's not sure it'll work, but it's worth a try. Why would something in this area have to give him something? The button, probably. Woof woof. Where's he going? Quick, follow that puppy. What the dog know? This is the first time a dog's actually been involved in a quest. Lombroso the goat. That reminds me, I haven't checked up on the little seal guy in a while.
Strike a pose.
How far are we following you, Lombroso? Lombroso. The puppy has stopped. Could the owner of the button live nearby? Look, there's someone at home in that house over there. Let's go ask. Woof, woof.
Smile. May I present?
I don't know anything. Also, I hate you all. Don't run, Kevin. Sorry to interrupt. What do you guys want? Don't worry, madam. We're agents from the Marchasi Phantom, and we're investigating a theft. A button linked to your family was found at the scene. Do you have any comments? Oh, I sold that for, Kevin just recently. But Kevin's a good child. He couldn't possibly be mixed up in theft. I knew it. Madam, I regret to say that you have raised a thief. Please be reasonable, Agent. Even if this is Kevin's button, all that proves is that he was at the newspaper office. And why would he be there if not to steal? Did you just say newspaper office? Yeah. How'd you know that's where the theft happened? No, you must have misheard me. Sus. Ironclad and irrefutable evidence. Don't try and lie your way out of this. You'll only make it worse for you and your son. No, my son didn't mean to steal anything. He only took that knife to defend himself. Knife? I thought we were looking for a mechanical steam bird. You mean Sir Arthur? But Kevin only had a knife when he came home. Madam Madeline, why did your son go to the newspaper? What did he do there? Tell us everything. Oh, my Kevin just adores that steam bird outside the newspaper office. Every time we go into town, he goes to visit it and tells it all his troubles. Yesterday evening, we had a bit of a fight and Kevin stormed off to the newspaper office. But this time, he came back with a knife. He said he'd found it stuck in the steam bird's pedestal. So that explains the notch, but why did he take the knife? He said he noticed that Sir Arthur was missing and wanted to find it, but then some drunken man staggered towards him. He got scared and picked up the knife. Do we see the knife? I told him to get rid of it. I was worried it might cause trouble. That knife could be a clue. We'll need to ask Kevin where it is. I wish you could, but he's run off again. We're arguing a lot at the moment about his father. You see, his father's a mechanical engineer posted outside the city. Kevin hasn't seen him for a long time. He's having a bit of an early rebellious phase. He's furious with his father for not being there. Problem child, huh? Not easy to deal with. Still, we'll need to find him and ask about that knife. Over here, Kevin. We gotta talk to you. Where's this, Where's this Oculus? Come on, you blasted beasts. Eat me if you can. Bro, what? Oh, there it is. Bro, how? Do I need to have a really small character? There we go.
You're open.
You're open.
Silence!
You're open.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Alright. Help the kid.
Hold that pose!
Wind strike.
Oh yeah, big Charlotte damage, big Charlotte damage.
Breaking news!
Woo, big Charlotte damage.
Smile!
Sheesh, big Charlotte. Woo. Who are you? Why are you making such an unholy racket? You might try saying thanks, we just saved you. Thanks? What's up? Why the angry face? You gonna hit me? Kid, a thumping would do you good, but we're professionals. Marachasi Phantom agents. We don't beat people in public. But we do need to ask you some questions. If you keep anything from us, we'll have to take you in. And then, well, we won't be in public, will we? Take me in? Sure, go ahead. And take him in, too. Him? Who is that? Balande. Balande? I don't know. That's his name. You should arrest him, too. Is that your father? I wish he wasn't. I haven't seen him for a year. Ah, no wonder Madame Madeline said this guy used to complain to Sir Arthur. My guess is that's the root of the problem. Complain? That's a laugh. I was working out how to set up speech patterns. You haven't realized, I guess, that everything it says is programmed in advance. As soon as I figure out how to do that, I'm going to program him to say Balan is a big fat weasel all day, every day. So that's why you were hanging out next to Sir Arthur. Well, you really are a problem child. But Sir Arthur disappeared last night, so I won't be able to finish my research. I don't know who took him. You don't think I took Sir Arthur, do you? Sure, I'm a problem child, but stealing a mechanical steambird isn't one of those problems. In my humble analysis, Mr. Kevin, you have come into contact with a knife? Wait, this robot can speak? How does it do that? Is it the same as Sir Arthur? Shows how much you know. Curve is much more sophisticated than Sir Arthur. For a start, he doesn't need to be told what to say. Then, wow, you're awesome, Curve. Hey, could you say something for me? Say, Bolland is a big fat weasel. I know you can do it. First, you must prove that your statement is true. Prove it? What the? So that means you can't do it. You suck. Even Sir Arthur could say that. Do not confuse Curve with others. He's no liar. Well, I was going to tell you about the knife if he said it, but he didn't, so the deal's off. Listen, Brad, I don't think you understand. If we find Sir Arthur, you can carry on with your plan to slander your father, right? We're on the same side here. Oh, that makes sense. So, okay, I'll tell you. I threw the knife into the sea. I'll mark the spot on your map. Now hurry up and find Sir Arthur. That's more like it, kid. Is there anything else you should tell us? The more that we know, the faster we can find Sir Arthur. Let me think. I went to the Steambird, but Sir Arthur wasn't there. Instead, there was that knife. Then a drunk man came at me, so I panicked and grabbed the knife to frighten him off. That's it. Well, that's what happened. Curve, did you spot any problems? In my humble analysis, Mr. Kevin is not lying, but I did notice anomalies with Madame Madeline's pupil dilation and breathing earlier. Was she lying? I'm unable to confirm that. There was, however, a data fluctuation when she told us that his father is a mechanical engineer posted outside the city. Probably dead. I can explain that. She was lying. Pop doesn't know a spring from a spanner, as if he could be an engineer. My mother's a very experienced liar. Practices on me every day, you see, so you wouldn't be able to tell. A little while ago, she brought a puppy home and said it was a present from my father, but I snuck a look at her letters and it was from some other man. Oh, is she a cheater? Well, maybe that man is your new father, right? So congrats, kid. I hope your new father does a better job than an old drunken leech. Damn. That's kind of insensitive, but she's a Melazine, so she probably doesn't know. I might not like what you say, but at least you're being straight with me. I wish my mom would do that. Kevin, don't dwell on that. Your mother's just trying to protect you. She's worried you won't be able to cope if you have to deal with too much all at once. I don't want to know. It's knowing things that causes all my problems. No, it's the exact opposite. Your problems come from not knowing enough. Not knowing enough? For example, you still don't know that humans lie constantly. Your mother, your father, even you. That's the answer to your problem, kid, and when you realize that, you'll stop having such high expectations. Then, you'll be a kid with answers, not problems. Answers? I'm feeling kind of attacked. Oh, do you disagree? Unless you've never been told a single lie. Forget it. I don't need to know the answer. I rather like you right now, so let's not spoil this beautiful moment. The important thing is that is to find the knife. We've got to go, kid. Think about what I said, and you'll find the answers you need. Don't listen to her, Kevin. Listen to Paimon. Go home and have a good talk with your mom. If she lied to you, it's because she had a good reason. I know. Maybe I should go home. God, my throat's starting to hurt, bro. It's from all the reading lately, I think. I also want to do Kiryu, yeah. Like, Kiryu in the Yakuza game. This probably doesn't help. I don't even know how these voice actors do this shit, bro. Years and years of training. I suppose. So this is where Kevin got rid of the knife. Paimon thinks it's time to get wet, yo. I could, but Curve can't go underwater, unfortunately, and I need to stay here with him. Sorry, guess it's all up to you. You know what? We've already met a robot dog and he could swim. Paimon guesses Curve isn't that advanced. How dare you suggest Curve is less advanced than a dog? He's just not feeling very well. What was the dog's name anyway? When Curve is better, we'll have a competition to see who wins. Wow, someone's being unnecessarily competitive. In my humble opinion, we should be looking for evidence. Never mind, let's go diving, Tabor. We need clues. Indeed we do. The ocean current's here. Paimon bets the knife was taken by it. Oh, it must have been carried here. Let's take a look around. Sploosh. Nothing here either. Looks like we gotta look elsewhere. Nope. Probably in that rock. We need a guy. The hell are all the frickin' water fellas? Guess that works. Oh my god, there was one right there. I think this still works though. It's the bomb one, I think, so. How did it get stuck under a rock, though? That's the real question of the day. Water-stained dinner knife. Water-stained dinner knife. It looks like high-end silverware, but for some reason it shows signs of rusting. Well, it has been underwater, but... Only I could do her skill mid-air. That would have been sick, then I could have landed on the water.
How brilliant!
Alucard, curve, we've got the knife. Here, take a look. Huh? This could match up with the notch on the pedestal, but it's just an ordinary table knife? Would any criminal carry one like that? Maybe they ate at a restaurant and stole a knife there, then dropped it at the scene of the crime? I give your deductive skills 1 point out of 1,000. Relevant information retrieved. A month ago, the Steambird exposed a case of fraud involving the Elegant Tableware Conferry. Elegant Tableware Conferry? Oh, I remember that. A knife like this was part of the evidence gathered. Huh, they must be responsible. Here you go again with must be responsible. Really? We can head back to the office and confirm it. We've got enough time left today. Yeah, I thought you two weren't really investigators. Can you really check up on other cases? Okay, I guess we're kind of friends now, so I'll tell you. I'm an evidence clerk with the Marchasi Phantom. As such, getting a piece of evidence from the stores is easy peasy. A what? Is that even a job? So Curve is. Evidence indeed. Wow, the evidence is running around solving cases? And why not? You aren't even evidence, but you're doing the same. But didn't Editor-in-Chief Euphrasia say something about Curve being remotely operated? He was helping maintain Curve's cover. She seemed to know his story, which is that he's a lie-detecting robot. That's hard to believe. How come Paimon's never heard of something that incredible? Because he's been stuck in the evidence storeroom. Curve is a vital piece of evidence in case dating back to 30 years. Oh, so are you secretly investigating that shocking crime to identify the true perpetrator? As if my life's that exciting. I just got bored and decided to take Curve out for a walk. And that's it? Curve, what do you think? Biodata anomaly identified. Agent Alucard, you are lying. Oh, Tabor, I was just saying that I was starting to like you, and now you're using the Mosso Protocol's loopholes against me. The what protocols now? You never mentioned those you mentioned those earlier or something, didn't you? My great creator, Dr. Mosso, added some rules to my core programming to ensure the accuracy of my lie detection. Those rules require me to answer all questions with complete accuracy and honesty. You can detect a lie but not tell one, and if someone asks you a question, you're obliged to answer. Correct, Ms. Paimon. What clever rules. So this Mosso guy is some top scientist at the Fontaine Research Institute? He was a top scientist until he passed away. He died 30 years ago and Curve became evidence. He died? How? Relevant information retrieved. Dr. Mosso died in a duel attempting to prove his innocence after a court found him guilty. Why was he found guilty? Relevant information retrieved 30 years ago. Stop. You keep asking questions, and if you keep asking questions, Curves has to keep answering them. Our priority should be finding Sir Arthur. Editor-in-Chief Euphrasia will be too upset to eat if we don't find him. Paimon finds that unlikely. Well, anyway, Curve and I are going to go see what we can find out about that knife. Let's meet first thing tomorrow at the Palais Memoria. But Paimon's so curious, couldn't you indulge her to this once? We'll indulge you tomorrow. How about we make you a delicious breakfast? Ooh, breakfast? Okay, looking forward to it already. See you tomorrow then. Okay, they've gone. Paimon can't help but feel there's something going on their end, though. Doesn't just stick your nose into other people's private lives. Yeah, it's been a busy day. We should go get some rest. We'll meet them at the Palais Memoria tomorrow. Okay, wait until the following morning. 8 a.m. Okay. Alemomonia. Oh, yeah, I think there's a world quest here that I need to accept as well. Morning, morning. Good morning. Morning. Hey, Talakard. How come there's no desk in here? There just isn't. We don't need desks for our work anyway. And this bench is awesome. Look, it has comfy cushions. Sit down, quick. Come try the delicious breakfast I made for you. Whoa, thanks, Talakard. But what is this? It smells a little odd. That's my special poisson chan pie. It's even tastier than the usual recipe. It does smell odd, but that's why it's special. You've piqued Paimon's interest. What about you, Tabor? Irv, what do you think? An analysis of the composition indicates eating this could be a difficult trial. Forget it, I'll let you try it, Paimon. You're tougher than me. Not eating? Then Paimon will finish your portion too. Waste not, want not. Hehe. Paimon starts to chow down and scarfs down a full portion and a half of the odd-smelling pie in the blink of an eye. Half an hour later, she comes back from the outside, clutching her belly. Just where did you disappear to? If you're still hungry, there's more. I made lots. Thanks, Talakard. No need, though. Paimon just went for a quick rest, and there's still some pie left. Tabor, why don't we box it up for later? Your expressions. Wasn't it tasty? I thought I did a good job. Perhaps you're tough enough. Paimon knows why they call it Poisson Chan Pie now. The Poisson are in Paimon's guts, chanting, "We want to swim back out!" Huh? Oh, that sounds absolutely awful. I'm so sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. Paimon's better already. Anyway, the problem is Paimon's preferences, not your cooking. Back to business. Did you get any info about the knife? Oh, right. Paimon forgot we were supposed to be working now. Okay, so about that. We did find something that might be useful. This is a knife from the elegant tableware confrery. The people who said Rocher owes them money. Yeah, they masquerade as a legitimate business, claiming their tableware is favored by Fontaine's upper classes and can be sold for hefty sums. People like Rocher often fall for it. They pay a fee to join and get a pile of lousy tableware in return. Then they try to sell it for enough to make back their initial investment, and then some. But the tableware itself is unsellable junk, so the victims have no choice but to find other tools to pass the baton to. I hear they call it expanding their downline network. Sounds pretty familiar. See, humans are creatures full of lies. But it seems like Rocher didn't expand his downline network. In terms of ethical human relations, Mr. Rocher's morals exceed the level of the average person. He didn't continue to bring in more victims. Oh, so maybe his wife isn't the worst judge of character. But his financial acumen is way, way below the average. In the end, his poor wife had to deal with the fallout and took the losses. Ah, that's true. But weren't they exposed by the paper? Can't you guys track down the money and help them recover their losses? Our colleagues got involved some time ago and made multiple arrests, but the ringleader is a crafty one and immediately claimed that the perpetrators of the scam were temporary employees. Most importantly, he kept all their accounts completely separate. As a result, recovering the losses has proven extremely difficult. Is there nothing you can do about it? We can push things forward today. I got the location of their possible hideout, and I'll be investigating it later. Whoa, you found their lair? The Marachasi Phantom is more capable than you think. Considering the facts of the case, I now have reasons to believe that Sir Arthur was stolen by the elegant tableware confrery. Although it does sound very likely, it's best if you don't act so certain of it. We'll know once we get there. Let's go! I love that she blows her whistle, it's adorable. Based on Agent Talakard's analysis, this item belongs to the elegant tableware confrery, an association that was once exposed by the Steambird as a gang of swindlers. Virgin. The red and the black. My god, my favorite colors. No way. No way. Red and black moment. Huh, so their base is underwater? Yes, it seems we must go down. How troublesome. Given Curve's condition, it would be best if he didn't get wet, but it seems we have no choice this time. You said that last time, too. How's Curve? He's already 30. His core and other components are all starting to get old, so he's got to maintain them. 30's still kinda young, isn't it? 30's not young. Yes, it is. We're here. Let's see. Sure are a lot of them in there. What should we do? Charge in, beat them up, and make them confess? Don't be so violent, Paimon. They're already frightened and on edge. They might destroy the evidence if we give them another scare. That's true. Then let's sneak in, find the evidence, and then beat them up. We have to beat them up? Well, it's such a small place, so a fight is inevitable either way. Anyway, fine. Then it's possible to distract them? There must be something here that we can use. Curve, hide and wait for us. You're too big to, not to get spotted. Just come over once we're done. As you wish. Let's hurry up and figure out how to lure them away. Not exactly sure what it wants me to do here.
Yep.
Explosive barrel. Could we use this by blowing it up from a safe distance? This chest. What if Paimon hides inside and makes some noise? Then you guys can go look for clues while they come over to investigate. Think that'll work? Sure. Paimon squeezes in, and once the rest of you are well hidden, she starts shaking the chest. Someone's over there! By that chest! Intruder alert! Plan's way too dumb. Damn. That's funny, though. Damn it, I don't have a bow user. Did I just send her flying? Warning, explosive track triggered. Uh-oh, that was a trap. Damn it. What was that? I got a chest.
I wish I could interview whoever left this stuff here.
Geez, Charlotte, quiet. This pot has chicken legs in it. Is someone cooking? How about adding in some seasoning to put them to sleep after their meal? Or we can do something else to drive them away. Nice idea. Check your bag for any useful seasoning, Tabor. Oh my god, the pie. Oh, Paimon has a feeling that'll be super effective. Hey, how could you put that in there? It's an insult to culinary talents. He's so exploring right now. Hello again, Willow. Don't be mad, Talakard. Your cooking might end up making a very significant contribution here. Paimon's certain they won't be able to overcome the trial of toughness it poses. Really? Then fine. Let's hide and watch what happens. Once chow time is shouted, the entire elegant tableware confrerie starts gulping down the food with the extra seasoning. It doesn't take long before one by one subtle changes begin to appear on their faces, and then they start running towards the exit with their hands clutching their stomachs. See, Talakard? They're experiencing the power of Poisson Pai. Just like I said. I'm incredible. I'll go get Curve. Now we can search for evidence to our heart's content. An archaic clockwork locket. It looks quite old. What's this? It looks like it opens. There's a photo in there. Who is she? Yellowed portrait of a girl. Database responding. Database responding. Database responding. Failed to retrieve information. Retrieval failed? Curve, your database wouldn't respond without having relevant information, right? Did water get inside you? Let's put this away for now. I'll let Curve take a look at it later. Archaic clockwork locket. It looks quite old. Okay. Bull fruit for days. An overwhelming amount of tableware is scattered all over the table in a messy yet charming pile that's ripe for the taking. A table knife. A table knife just like the one left outside the Steambird. It must be them. I hear it. Oh, there it is. Diary of a Valiant Struggle. After getting the boot from the Order of the Fruit, I was really down in the dumps. Luckily, I've joined a new group, so I'm feeling a little better. This new group's operations are a little different from the last one. Anyway, let's go, Intrepid Valberry. Crafty Bullfruit, my brother, you're always in my thoughts. My god, it's Crafty Bullfruit. I can't believe the higher-ups sent Calla Lily to hunt you down for just for the formula to that stupid potion. I guess you're plumb out of luck now, huh? But don't worry, I made a big ruckus in the Order of the Fruit in your defense. They may have kicked me out over it, but I've got no regrets. I only hope your soul can rest in peace. No one else knows this, but I've also put lots of bullfruits in my new home to remember you by. Looks like only 4 of the 5 great operatives of the Order of the Fruit now remain. I finally received my first mission, to get money off some guy named Rocher. That old dog's got no shame, refusing to repay his debts like that. I went out there and socked him twice before he coughed up a pile of junk. The only thing in there that looked like it could be worth anything was this locket. It looked like a woman's. Surely not his wife's, right? Unbelievable. Who in their right mind would marry a guy like that? Seems like something happened today. Directors 2 through 41 were all taken away. Supposedly the Steambird blew the lid off our business and got the Marachasi Phantom involved. Luckily I'm new, so I'm safe for now. But I don't get it. Aren't we just in the regular old cutlery business? Whatever, it doesn't matter. To repay the boss's kindness, my first order of business is to pay that paper a little visit. I originally planned to tear them a new one, but the boss says that we should keep a low profile for now. I guess I'll start with that dumb bird at the door then. A knife through that bird's head should send the message loud and clear, right? Since the other directors were taken away, I'll go to the boss after the job's done and tell him what I've done. He'll be so happy he might even give me a promotion. Let's go. Intrepid Valberry away. Record of the life experiences of his... Oh, okay, game. Thanks. Who cooked this? Who cooked this? Who cooked today? Kill. Find him and kill him. But boss, I'll go find the cook. This agent right here is today's chef. So who's gonna kill me? But Marachasi Phantom? Agents? How did you get in here? I don't think you've got time to worry about that right now. We've obtained evidence of your crimes. Evidence? But officer, all of them were temporary workers, and didn't you arrest them already? We're working on another case right now. All of you are suspects in a plot to get revenge against the Steambird by stealing Sir Arthur. The paper? Impossible. I've never held any grudges towards them. In fact, I even want to thank them for pointing out the flaws in our business model. You're good with words, but but what will you do once we show you this? See, Director 42 admitted it in the diary. Busted. You fool. Didn't I tell you to keep a low profile for now? But, boss, are we supposed to just lie down and take it when they're bullying us like this? The Marachasi Phantom. Officer, with all due respect, this fool is just a temporary employee. He hasn't even passed his probation period. Since he's suspected of breaking the law and committing a crime, I have no choice but to fire him in the spirit of justice. Hey, how much longer are you planning on using that same old trick? Fire me? Why? Boss, didn't you just say earlier I'm the only one here who has always been loyal to you? Who are you? What are you talking about? You're fired. We have nothing to do with each other from now on. Take him away, honored agents. He's all yours. Boss, you betrayed me. Ah, you dirty double-timing dog. I'll take you down with me.
Shower me with praise! Time to shine! Hold that pose! Hard-hitting exclusive!
Settle down.
Ouch, you blithering idiot. How dare you go against me? You filthy traitorous mutt. You can't stop me. Alright, that's enough. Just play nicely now, would you? Hey, redhead. Hurry up and fess up. Where's Sir Arthur? Hey, cut it out, shorty. I'm not on your side either. Unless you're willing to do me a favor. Help me convict this traitorous backstabbing thief of a felony and make the rest of his life a living hell. Then I'll try my best to cooperate with you. The Marachasi Phantom never negotiates with criminals, but with the evidence we already have, the quality of the rest of his life won't be too different from what you are hoping for. Huh? Don't do that. So, are you going to come clean now? Alright, fine. I'll tell you everything. I didn't actually take Sir Arthur. I know it's strange, but someone got to it before me, so I just stuck the knife there as a warning. Huh? It wasn't there? You're lying, right? Hurry, you got this, Curve. It's your time to shine. No anomalies detected in Mr. Intrepid Valberry's data. What? It really wasn't this redhead? So did you see anything at the scene? I saw a really smelly drunk lying on the ground, just like that debtor Rocher. All I wanted was to stay well away from him. And it's Rocher, right? Is there no one else? Even if there is nobody, you're gonna have to give us someone. You cut short the trail we were following, and you're going to have to take responsibility for it. Now you're just making things difficult for me. You can do it, Mr. Intrepid Valberry. You even fought back against your own boss. Fine, you're right. Let me think it over for a moment. Director 42, can I say something? What? Do you have any leads? No, I don't. And just wait a minute. Can't you see that I'm racking my brains right now? Ah, I've got it. I just remembered something. I went to Fleuve Cendre to in search of a locksmith because I needed their help to break into the paper's office at night and wreak havoc. But wouldn't you know, I ran into someone there who was also trying to find a way to sneak into the paper. Who was it? What was their name? I don't know, but he was dressed like a member of the Fatui. Oh, of course. The Fatui? Them again? Justice may be absent, but the Fatui never are. And what did he do after that? How would I know? I'm not some sewer stalker. This time it's certain. He's the one who stole Sir Arthur. Oh, but every certainty of yours has been wrong so far. It's certainly different this time, don't you remember? There were 4 pairs of footprints at the scene, so there were 4 suspects at most. The Fatuus is the 4th suspect. What if it isn't him? Hey, don't look down on me. I'll bet my uniform on it, alright? If I'm wrong again, I'll quit and stay home. Calm down, alright? Let's not be too hasty. Hey, Redhead, can you find that guy? Why don't you just try your luck in the Fleuve Cendre? I've seen him there on more than one occasion. Someone dressed as a Fatuus in the Fleuve Cendre. If he's really there, he won't be difficult to spot. Alright, let's do that. We'll take these criminals back first and head over to the Fleuve Cendre. Don't forget your promise. You better convict that 2-timing traitor. Pin him to the wall. Don't worry, neither of you is going anywhere. Huh? Wait, where is he? Where did your boss go? He was here just a moment ago. Well, he snuck off in that direction while you were distracted. What? Why didn't you say something sooner? Well, I wanted to, but you kinda stopped me, didn't you? That sneaking, conniving... Darn it! He knew his life would be a living hell, so he fled. Hey, how about you let me go and get him for you? Let you go? What do you think, Curve? Based on my analysis of Mr. Valberry's data, he is telling the truth. Then get going, Redhead. Don't disappoint us. Don't worry. I give you my word as a man. Really? Are we really just gonna let him go just like that? What's wrong with that? If someone deceives another, shouldn't we support the victim in getting their revenge? I know what it's like to feel angry after being tricked. Oh, Curve, you should be taking note on this. As you wish, I have recorded the behavioral and physiological data of everyone involved in my Lie Learning module. Let's stop wasting time here. Our primary objective is to take the others back to the Marachasi Phantom and then get to the Fleuve Cendre. To escort the criminals back to the Marachasi Phantom, and without a moment's rest, you immediately rush to the Fleuve Cendre, the haunting grounds of the other suspect. We're at the Fleuve Cendre now. Where to begin our search? Let's go to a spot with a large crowd. Someone in Fatui uniform should stick out like a sore thumb. Look, isn't that the guy? You're here. Huh? So did you bring the goods? Who are you? Huh? That's not the code. Who are you? Shoot, I gotta get out of here. Huh? We were just exchanging passphrases just now. Forget that. Hurry, don't let him get away. Oh. We finally caught you, but why'd you run like that? That was exhausting. Stop chasing me. I haven't done anything wrong. Why run if you're innocent? That won't hold up in court. Why don't you tell me what crimes I've committed, huh? You stole Sir Arthur. Hey, I didn't steal that. Right, certain someone stole it now, aren't we? Ah, crud. Don't even think about trying to weasel your way out of this. We even know you've been looking for a way to sneak into the papers office. Take a look at my uniform, then take a look at your own. Are you trying to cause an international crisis? Do you want to say bye-bye to your life? No way it's that serious. No, after I complete this mission, I'll be able to retire early. Don't be like this. Then why don't you try making this a bit easier for me, If you make things difficult for me, then it's only fair that I do the same. Picture your retired life for a moment. When you sit down to eat, you'll look across and see me. Every date you go on, I'll be your chaperone. And for every travel photo you'll take, I'll be there too, smiling. No, stop. That's enough. Don't terrify me like that. I'll come clean, alright? It's not like it's a secret anyway. I'm Ballard, a peripheral intelligence officer. What peripheral means is that I'm not very important. I was tasked with locating a research base belonging to a scientist known as Mosso Lombroso. Mosso Lombroso? Isn't that Dr. Mosso? Mosso? I don't know. You've heard of him too. He passed away some 30 years ago, and his research base is said to contain valuable information, but no one knows its location. What does that have to do with the Steambird? Because Dr. Mosso's death is linked to the Steambird, I'm sure the paper knows something. It's linked to the paper? Correct. That's why I contacted one of their editors, Jank, hoping to get an inside scoop. Isn't that the editor who was arguing with Talocard? Would he reveal the paper's inside info? I sent him a small gift. Do you recall that the paper recently exposed the elegant tableware comfrey scammers and provided the details of their crimes? Whoa, so you did that? You're really amazing, huh? Thank you, though I may not be peripheral personnel, but I'm one of the better ones. Anyway, the exclusive report gave Jank's reputation quite a boost. But when I contacted him again, he said that he had nothing to repay me with. Utterly despicable. That's why when you decided to sneak in? Indeed, but I noticed something odd when I got there that night. The signature steamboat at the door was gone. It vanished before you arrived? Not again. That's right, and there was an envelope on its pedestal. Acting on my instincts as an intelligence officer, I opened the envelope. To my surprise, it was full of threats. What? The envelope at the scene? How could you sneak a peek at someone else's letter? Just let us look too. To the Steambird. Moso's death 30 years ago is still on my mind. Whenever I think of your paper rhetoric, which intentionally passes off falsehoods as truth, I simply cannot suppress my indignation. As such, I have taken Sir Arthur captive. I eagerly await your paper's sincere repentance. Issue a public apology and surrender Moso's legacy. Should you continue to spin a web of lies that obfuscates the truth, I will be left with no choice but to slay that Steambird, Crow, or Blackbird. Luckily, I have kept it with me. Please help yourselves. Are you done? The one who signed it, Crow or Blackbird, is the criminal you're looking for. But is this for real? Is the paper really linked to Dr. Moso's death? There's no mistake. The inheritance mentioned here is probably Dr. Moso's research base. The paper definitely knows something. Later on, I put on some feelers in my circles, hoping this Crow or Blackbird would be willing to meet with me. If she's in the same line of work, that is. Best case scenario, we can work together, and even if that fails, I didn't want her to raise any alarms, as it would only disturb my work. As it turns out, we're the only ones who showed up. Alucard, it seems you've made a mistake again, huh? Alucard, what's wrong? Curve, tell me now. Tell me this guy's lying. Biological indicators detected to be normal. Mr. Ballard is telling the truth. Darn it. You peripheral. Why aren't you the culprit? You lost me my uniform. Calm down, Alucard. We weren't serious. Don't pay it any mind. But I mind. I was serious. I care about whether I'm useful. I said I would figure it out among the 4 suspects, yet none of them was the culprit. I guess I'm completely useless. Editor-in-Chief Euphrasia was right to ask for your help. I should just take off this uniform and leave. Relevant information detected. Agent Alucard, you can be useful. You can write for the Steambird's fantasy column, just like the editor Jenk suggested. That's not comforting in the least. Wouldn't it be better just to name Mr. Ballard the criminal? At least that'll make Alucard feel better. Ms. Paimon, are you suggesting that I lie? Can lies be a source of comfort? That doesn't count as a lie. Paimon means that when you're comforting someone's sincerity is what counts. For example, when Paimon is worried about gaining weight from eating too many slimes, Tabor might say that Paimon would still be cute even if she gets fat or something like that. No, I would just call out Paimon for being a glutton. Hey, you're supposed to take Paimon's side. That's enough. Curve can only analyze biological data. He can't understand all of that. Forget it. You can go, Ballard. Thank you so much. Huh? Alucard, you... Paimon, Tabor, I know you two are both amazing and tenacious. But I'm not. I'm just a stupid piece of deadwood that's always rolling downhill and finding new lows. I break at the slightest touch. I'm sorry, but from here on out, I'll just leave everything up to you. I'd like to buy both of you dinner one last time tonight. We'll go to a nice fancy place like Hotel Tabor, so you won't have to eat the trash I make. But Paimon hates farewell dinners. Curve, talk some sense into her. Agent Alucard, I suggest you reconsider writing for the Steambird's fantasy column. Alright, that's enough. I really need to think things through. Anyway, I'll see you all at Hotel Tabor tonight. Don't forget to come. Paimon knows Alucard is a straightforward person, but it feels so sudden. Today really that bad? Probably wasn't just about today. Paimon hopes she gets better by tonight. Let's get some rest too. Paimon's quite tired after so much investigating. According to Ballard, he had been to the scene of the crime before, but when he arrived, Sir Arthur was already missing. At that time, he noticed a letter at the scene. His intelligence operative's instincts kicked in, leading him to open the letter, read it, and take it with him. Footprints of Rocher, Kevin, Intrepid Valberry, and Ballard. Based on Agent Alucard's analysis, they are the same as the footprints that appeared near the newspaper. The famous crow or blackbird letter used to threaten the Steambird newspaper, but due to the efforts of Ballard, an unrelated person who came out of nowhere, this threat was unsuccessful. 1900. Oh my god, Leet! 1337, what are the chances? What are the chances? I didn't even know there was a... I don't think I've even gone up to the second floor of this building. She took her uniform off. Aww. Was she depressed? I'm on Tabor, good evening. Alucard, your clothes. You haven't resigned already, have you? Not just yet. I just took off my uniform because it makes me feel much lighter. So, do I look good in these? Not bad at all. You look much better. Even your voice sounds gentler. This must be the right life for me. Since I can't do anything well, it's best not to do anything at all. Stop thinking like that. It just so happened to be a really tricky case. It isn't just the case. Have you heard of Fontaine's Aquabus? That's how we got to Fontaine. Then you must have taken the Clementine line, right? Avil is the tour guide there, and Elfane is in charge of the Navia line. Actually, I used to be a tour guide too. I was the guide on the third line, the Callus line. I used to travel to the Fontaine Research Institute, but service was suspended due to the incident. Whoa, you used to be a tour guide? That's awesome. It's not awesome at all. Tour guides aren't exactly the elite. Being assigned as a tour guide is what happens when you're bad at being an agent. Oh, so you returned the Marachasi Hunter Phantom uniform because the line stopped operating? Not quite. I was laid off due to complaints from tourists. Some praised me in person, but wrote complaints as soon as they got home. They said my voice grates, like a crow. I couldn't accept it. Oh, I don't mean the complaints. I couldn't accept that they told me I was doing well to my face when they clearly had a problem with me. I'll let you in on a secret. Editor Jenk was the first to complain that I sounded like a crow. He's such a hypocrite. No wonder you were arguing with him back then. Paimon sort of gets it now. Let's not dwell on the annoying stuff like that. Now's the time to focus on enjoying some delicious food. Hotel Tabor was recommended by the official tourist guide. I may not like it, but I think you might. Thanks, Alucard. Shouldn't we wait for Curve? He's not here yet. It's fine. He doesn't eat this kind of thing anyway. He just wants to record Hotel Tabor's data into his Lie Learning module. His Lie Learning module? Curve must be really special. Yes, I'm very happy to have met him. However, his core is aging rapidly, so he will go into hibernation mode soon. His body parts can be replaced, but not his core. Hibernate? Are you trying to say... He'll stop moving. Forever. I'm really just completely useless, aren't I? I can't solve my cases as an agent. I get complaints as a tour guide. Let's not even talk about my attempts at making breakfast. Now I can't even manage evidence properly. Did you sneak out to try and get Curve repaired? No, but Dr. Maso can repair Curve. I just wanted him to see more about how humans lie and help him overcome the Maso protocols. Overcome the Maso protocols? Why? That would be amazing. Curve could even become a genuine human. Feels like Paimon just heard something incredible. Dr. Maso's true goal was to create a machine that would gradually become human by understanding lies and humanity. That's Curve's ultimate form. Legends say that a Fontainian scientist named Alain Guillotine created an amazing thinking machine hundreds of years ago, and Dr. Maso seems to want to surpass that. Thinking machine made by Alain Guillotine? Could that be Seymour? But can understanding lies make someone human? Dr. Maso believed that humans have various reasons for lying, with various feelings underlying those reasons. It is those emotions that make them human. So he created a no-lying protocol. If Curve learns to lie like humans one day, then it means that he's no longer bound by this machine programming and has acquired human emotions. We're out here investigating cases because I want him to see how humans lie. I want him to learn. You definitely can't give up. Shouldn't we fight harder to give Curve more time? But how? Dr. Maso is gone now. But his research base is still out there. Right, there must be a maintenance manual or something. I went through everything already. Didn't find anything about the base. How about the newspaper? Would they have any leads? Didn't the Fatuous say something like that too? That guy was an amateur. The Maritrossi Phantom doesn't know, then the newspaper certainly won't. You're just looking for excuses, Talakard. You're actually just afraid of failure, aren't you? No one fails forever. If you hit rock bottom, your only way is up. I've hit rock bottom? Yeah, you even took off your uniform. So I won't fail anymore? That's right, you absolutely will not fail again. In my humble analysis, Miss Paimon is lying. Hey, wait a sec, Curve. Couldn't you have just shown up a little bit later? But such lies have a chance to mold reality. What are you talking about, Curve? Lies molding reality? 30 years ago, Dr. Maso and I performed our first public test in Hotel Tabor. At that time, there were only 4 tables, 8 chairs, and a waiter, who was also the owner. He said to me, Restaurant Tabor will certainly become a renowned luxury hotel. It was just like Miss Paimon's statement, a lie based on sincerity. But today, as you can all see, Tabor has exquisite carpeting, expensive decorations, 2 dining areas, and an endless stream of guests. I think that if the lie about Tabor became true, then the statement that Agent Talakard will not fail again has the possibility of becoming true. Shutting down the lie learning module. Was Curve being a little odd just now? What was he talking about? It's things that don't make sense. Does that mean Curve is improving? It does. Talakard, are you gonna give up just when Curve is showing signs of improvement? Well, can you please say that thing again? Say what? I absolutely will not fail again. Oh, that's right, because you've already hit rock bottom. I get it. Then I'll try again, one more time. If Curve is still learning, then I have to help him. Wow, Talakard really is like a child sometimes. She gets moody so quickly, but also perks up just as quickly. Sounds like you, Paimon. Is Paimon not mature enough? Relax, Paimon, you're pretty mature. You're even shorter than Talakard. Oh, just stop with the chit-chat. We should take action at once. Since the newspaper might know something, let's keep our eyes on the prize and keep investigating the theft. Since there are 4 of us, why don't we each roleplay as a suspect and recreate the crime scene? Even might find a breakthrough. Wow, Talakard's brain is working fast. Paimon likes that idea. Let's go to the Steambird now. Experience with loading times. You're the smallest here, Paimon, so you be Kevin. I'll be Dirty Rocher. Mr. Ballard is here for Dr. Maso, so let Curve be him. And all that's left is the redhead. Leave it to me. Alright, everyone's got their roles, so let's reenact the night of Sir Arthur's disappearance. What did all these guys do? The first thing to reenact is the order of their arrival. According to Rocher, he had been at the scene of the crime before, and there he had seen Sir Arthur enact and untouched. When he awoke, Sir Arthur was gone, having disappeared as he slept. As he woke up, he saw a small silhouette fleeing the scene. According to Kevin, he had been to the scene of the crime before, but when he arrived, Sir Arthur was already missing. All he saw at the scene was an old drunkard and a knife. To defend himself from the drunkard, he grabbed the knife and fled. The button must have accidentally come off his clothing when he fled. According to Intrepid Valberry, he had been to the scene of the crime before, but when he arrived, Sir Arthur was already missing. As an act of retaliation, he took out a knife and stuck it there to say, now this is my warning to them. In addition, he saw a smelly drunk as foul as Rocher. According to Ballard, he had been to the scene of the crime before, but when he arrived, Sir Arthur was already missing. At the time, he noticed a letter at the scene. His intelligence operative instincts kicked in, leading him to open the letter and read it. Oh, okay. Incredible. Tabor is absolutely correct. I am the first to arrive. I'm Rocher, a middle-aged man who was kicked out by his wife. I've been loitering around here because I'm trying to get a job at the paper. Dude, I actually really am liking this quest. I thought it was just like a simple world quest, but this one's actually pretty, pretty good, I think. It's got the clues. We gotta select the clues. We've had a little, like, stealth segment. Oh, it's pretty good, pretty good. Also, it's connected to Seymour, at least, in one way. On the night of the incident, I drank a little, and I remember Sir Arthur sitting on its precious pedestal before I got completely drunk. Later on, I fell asleep by the road, and then... I'm Ballard, the second suspect to arrive at the scene. I immediately noticed that Sir Arthur wasn't where it should be. So the real thief stole Sir Arthur between the time of my arrival and Mr. Rocher falling asleep, and that criminal left a letter full of threats for the paper. Acting on my intelligence officer's instincts, I read the letter left by the thief and took it with me from the scene. After that, I'm up next. I'm Intrepid Valveri Director 42 of a criminal gang. I fucking love that. That's so funny. Look at Louine. I wanted revenge on the paper, so I planned to run Sir Arthur straight through. But Sir Arthur was gone when I got there. I was furious. But there was nothing I could do. I just stabbed the knife into the pedestal to scare them and left. It's finally Paimon's turn. I'm Kevin, a problem child. I'm here to get Sir Arthur to spread the word that my dad's a big fat weasel. But Sir Arthur was gone, and there was a knife in its favorite pedestal. I tried to look for it, but all I found was a smelly old man. I somehow woke him, and that terrified me. I took the knife to defend myself and ran as fast as I could. I didn't even notice when a button got torn off my clothes. Indeed, I'm that smelly old man. The commotion Kevin made woke me up, and I vaguely caught sight of him running off with something. After that, I looked toward the paper's office and saw that Sir Arthur was missing. I was afraid of becoming a suspect, so I hurried back to my usual haunt at the docks. Is this everything that happened? Paimon thinks our reenactment went perfectly. Did we miss anything? The threatening letter. That's right, we forgot about the letter. Since the thief's motive is tied to the incident from 30 years ago, the paper should have some idea about the thief's identity, right? Yeah, but the paper is still in the dark on all this. We should deliver this letter to them immediately. How could we have overlooked something so crucial? Because all of you were too busy trying to console me. I'm so sorry for being a burden. You shouldn't think like that, Talakard. Haven't you read through Dr. Masso's case files? There should be really exclusive information. Ah, now that you mention those, I forgot to tell you about the contents. Let's go over there to discuss it. Dr. Mosso's death is closely linked to the paper, so it feels weird to talk about it right outside the front door. We gonna get a sick transition? Yo, transition moment. I love it when they do that. This spot is perfect. You actually wanted to know why Dr. Masso was tried, right? It actually stemmed from public opinion. Public opinion? Well, not long after the existence of Dr. Masso's lie detector was made public, the Steambird published several articles on it and quickly drew the public's attention. Relevant information retrieved. Masso exclusive, behind the lies. Masso protocols to watch. Lie detector, a game of authority. Paper used special features like these to incite widespread fear and worry among the general public. Soon, public opinion began to turn against Dr. Masso. What were they worried about? For example, how to guarantee that the lie detector's output is credible? What would happen if a suspect in a trial isn't lying but Curve says he is? Would mistrials and injustice result? But if Curve's reliability can be guaranteed, then those concerns would evaporate. Relevant information retrieved. Content from Lie Detector, a game of authority. When using protocols to restrict authority, the central question is not the lie detector's reliability, but its ability to remain independent from outside authorities. As the article points out, Curve is just a machine. So what would happen if the people put their trust in Curve, yet someone who could control Curve and use it to falsify results? The Maso protocols are there to prevent that, right? Relevant information retrieved. Content from Maso protocols to watch. It must be noted that the Maso protocols are man-made. There is a possibility of them being modified. This may prove to be a well-concealed trap. Whoa, are they accusing Dr. Maso of secretly tampering or leaving back doors? This is just the beginning. All kinds of other characters piled on after the Steambird triggered the first outpouring of public opposition. Relevant information retrieved. Fish can't live in clear water. Reject a goldfish bowl world. Published by the Seven Nations Gazette. Shocking misjudgment of the lie detector. Published by Short Anthologies. Shocking misjudgment of the lie detector? Did Curve make a mistake? That was just a lie, of course. Curve was never involved in any case, much less in misjudging one. But that's how public opinion works, and so it was all downhill from there for Dr. Maso. In the end, some even came forward and made accusations against the doctor. They called the lie detector a total scam, and all the results were completely manufactured. They believed the doctor was deceiving the public in an attempt to gain the power to pass judgment over others, and so they demanded the doctor severely punished and the lie detector be destroyed. Aren't those accusations a little too serious? Would anyone even believe stuff like that? Many did. They were all just ordinary people, so how could they differentiate the truth from lies? When we don't have access to sufficient information, we believe what others want us to believe. And it just so happened that such a critical juncture, the Steambird did something huge. They provided evidence that exposed Dr. Maso as having falsified results. Their evidence was key to Dr. Maso's conviction. Evidence? Did Dr. Maso really deceive everyone? The doctor refused to admit it, of course, and so he died defending himself in a duel. Only then did things start to calm down. The paper's reputation skyrocketed, and a useless fake like Curve was soon forgotten. It was just left with the Marachasi Phantom as evidence. So is Curve the real deal or not? Well, I think Curve is the real deal, and Dr. Maso was wrongly accused. Then was the evidence presented by the paper falsified, or did they make a mistake? But the person who wrote the threatening letter seems to think that the paper deliberately fabricated those lies in search of fame, profit, or something else. Oh, then could she be someone very close to Dr. Maso back for revenge? Well, I'm wondering if it's her. But, like, that would be weird, wouldn't it? But, like, she signed it as Crow. And she said that she sounded like a crow. This is interesting. I would definitely avenge Tabor if Tabor was wrong like that. Paimon can't bear to think about it. Don't jinx me, Paimon. But Dr. Maso passed away 30 years ago, so someone very close to him... I wonder if Euphrasia knows anything. Should we go see her then? Don't worry, she wasn't in charge of the paper at the time, and I don't think Euphrasia is a bad person. Fine, looks like we'll have to ask her about it tomorrow. Today was a total information overload. Paimon's head needs some time to recover. Alright, then let's head home, get some rest, and meet outside the paper tomorrow morning. Wait, is it cut off? Wait, they're not gonna edge us like that, are they? Bro, no shot. No way it just ends there. They can't edge us like that, bro. Maybe I need to complete a different quest. Damn, really? Dude, I have so many quests from other places I need to do still. Holy Sumeru. Okay, La Noire. What how's she doing? How La Noire doing? Dude, I do like how there seems to be a lot of crossover between the world quests, though. Like, I don't know if they did that as much in Sumeru, but... like, I think it's pretty sick. My issue with going back to Sumeru is I'm gonna forget a lot of what happened, I think, in earlier quests. But, that's why I've been focusing so much on Fontaine. I'd rather get Fontaine out of the way before I go back to previous regions. But yeah. Oh, it's Ms. Tabor and Miss Paimon. Noir, Earnshaw, it's great to see you again. How are you adjusting to life in your new home? Don't be silly, Ms. Tabor. This isn't my new home. It's my old home. Isn't that what Catter said? Grandpa's Tassus Rago is so tasty. He's teaching me how to make it, but it'll take a while before I've got it down. There's plenty of time, no need to rush. That reminds me, is this Cater person not with you? Catter person not with you? I still haven't thanked him in person. He had something else to take care of, so we've parted ways for now. I see, that's too bad. You think he's already forgotten about me, Miss Paimon? Of course not. He's just tied up with something right now. Besides, you two promised each other, right? Next time you meet, he'll finish telling you that story from before, and you'll have lots of amazing stories to tell him, right? Yeah, but... Ahem, that reminds me. Hero has gone and wandered off and gone who knows where again. La Noir, would you be a good girl and help Grandpa find him, bring him home? I bet he's gotten himself all dirty playing outside. Bring him back and give him a bath. Aw, just let him play outside. It's boring to stay inside all the time. Well, if he runs off or gets snatched by a monster in the forest and can't come back, don't come crying to me. I'll bring him back and give him a bath then. Wonderful. Prince and Princess are playing in the garden right now. Why don't you bring them back in too? They also probably covered in head to toe in mud by now. I'll give them a good scrubbing later as well. Alrighty, Miss Tabor, Miss Paimon, you guys rest a while. I'll be right back. Why don't we go with you? It'll be just like we went, how we went on adventures in the fortress. You wanna come with me? That would be great. Let me think. Let's call this adventure Operation Rescue Hero. Heroes should be able to get themselves out of trouble on their own. But he's just a doggy. And an old one at that. So it's up to us to brave young warriors to rescue him from the dust and mud. You can go together. Just remember not to let Hero eat anything too strange. He more than likely ran off to the north hut to play. If you head north, you should run into him. Okay, if he acts up and doesn't want to come home with us, I'll just take his food away. Then he'll definitely be a good boy and come home. Excellent. Also, don't trample the flowers behind the fence. Well, you won't. You definitely don't have to worry about Ms. Paimon stepping on any, but don't worry, Grandpa. Ms. Tabor and I will be careful. Ms. Tabor, Ms. Paimon, let's go. You and the others don't like to be touched. We'll have to herd them back. That's where he had. Must be playing hide and seek with another one. Miss Tabor, let's jump in from above, or else we'll step on the pretty purple flowers. I almost landed on them, dude. That would have sucked. Let's go home. Let's get Grandpa help clean you up. My god, I feel like I'm playing that one Twilight Princess minigame. Okay, where even is Hero? Oops. Not BV. I need a hero! Dendro slime moment. Hero's just lazing around about here. It must be because it's craving something, I don't know. Oh, the fowl. Suspicious fowl. What the dog's doing?
Yoo-hoo!
Damn it, slimes.
Bow your head.
Bruh. Yeah, that's all of them. Rescue mission accomplished. Let's go back and find Grandpa. This operation is trickier than Paimon expected. That's because the giant in the garden really loves those little purple flowers, and he has all kinds of rules. Unruly children should learn to follow the rules while they're still young. It's even harder to teach an old dog new tricks. You hear that, Paimon? What's that got to do with Paimon? She's not an unruly child. Have you all tired yourselves out? I just happened to make some tasses Rigot today. Please sit down and have some. Yes, Ms. Tabor, Miss Paimon, let's eat together. Alright, we couldn't turn down an invitation like that from Le Noir, could we, Tabor? Thanks for your hospitality. You're Le Noir's friends. No need to be so polite. Having been invited inside, you enjoy a simple but delicious meal of tasses Rigot. Over the meal, you share stories from your journey that astonish the old man and make the little girl burst out laughing. A joyful time passes amid conversation and laughter. What do you think? Isn't Grandpa's cooking even better than Woolsey's? It really is. Ms. Tabor, Miss Paimon, guess what? I helped too. Though for now I can only help a little bit. Grandpa says that as long as I practice, I'll also be able to make delicious tasses Rigot someday. When that day comes, you'll both have to come back and try it for yourselves. Deal. Paimon's looking forward to it. Speaking of which, it's probably time we get going. Thank you for having us. What? You're leaving already? Now, Le Noir. They have their own matters to attend to. They can't play with you all the time. Oh, okay then. Don't be sad. We'll see each other the next chance we get. Really? Will Catter be there next time? Well, that shouldn't be completely impossible. Alright then, I'll be sure to have lots of amazing stories to tell you all the next time we see each other. Sounds good. Paimon's sure Caterpillar is looking forward to hearing them too. You're great kids. Thanks for coming to see La Noir and keeping her company. Here's some tasses Rigot for the road. Good adventurers often sleep out in the wild, don't you? And remember to eat well and dress warmly. Don't starve or catch a chill. Me will. You be sure to look after yourselves as well. Hog. Data center processing. I want to do this. I want to do this because this is the big quest. This is the big quest, and I want to do the big quest. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to hit my thing there. Night Tabor, Paimon, you're back. You bet we are. Have you found anything new in the meantime? Mr. Caterpillar and I have been doing some research. Ooh, and? We've discovered that Seymour doesn't, in fact, have an annihilation mode. Following data fragment sorting. This phrase was found to have been derived from the novel Prisoner 6, Overrun. In that book, the World Organization launched a mass annihilation agent to hunt a chimera down. Wait, that stuff's not important at all. Apart from using our free time to go out and investigate, we've also read through the books collected here one more time. We couldn't make heads or tails of them at first, and even now, well, they certainly are well written. I don't know whose handwriting it is, or what scribe or copyist was hired, but their penmanship is clear and clearly beautiful. A master of calligraphy if I ever saw one. Wait, so you were talking about a handwriting? Yeah, Paimon's got a bad feeling about this already. Did you not find anything during this time then? Alright, sorry. I shan't jest any further. As you know, we told you all that we found the last time without holding anything back. However, I fear that this time there are some clues hidden in details that we must rely on chance to reveal. Reveal their meaning, you mean? Indeed. For example, if no further revelations concerning a murder emerge, then the blood on a painting will always remain a red smear. Then what would this chance be, Caterpillar? Well, why don't we do a quick recap of everything we've discovered? Let's make some deductions regarding what happened in the past. That might give us the opportunity to fill in some gaps that can help us support or refute our views. That's a good idea. I've always felt there's so much about this that's familiar, but I can't recall anything about it. Negative. I can give a continuous account of the resources that I have sorted. Silly dog, didn't you just only recover your creator's name after talking to us about the matter? Negative. I merely matched similar sounds during said interaction. There was no data loss involved. However, I must append that I, too, find that keyword searches make searching for entries more efficient. So what do we want to discuss? Well, for a bit of a warm-up, or a teaser if you would, you may be referring to a heater. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. So let's start off our deductions with something simple. What is the Marianne in the Anapasis exactly? Huh? That Marianne holds the greatest secret of all. I'm sure you can see that too. Let's get ourselves some armchairs, maybe crack open a few beers. Oh wait, you can't drink yet. Anyway, let us help you sort our findings out. I'll start first. Well, the name Marianne itself certainly is familiar to me. The name of the person I was meant to protect is Marianne, yes, but I have no data regarding the identity of the one who resides within the Anapasis. We are missing context. I can only conclude based on humans' unmodified lifespan that they are not the same person. That would seem to be the case, huh? It's been a few hundred years after all. Well, as for Paimon, she ate chicken mushroom skewer this morning. Well, I guess it's my turn. You mentioned before that you encountered oceanid creatures that had a great deal of character. One might say personality, even. The precondition for such creatures and their characters is the same. An intelligent oceanid has already understood their original forms beforehand. So, were you the one who willed those creatures into being, Anne? Don't you think that's kind of weird? You know, summoning familiar friends to play house with you for who knows how long and stuff? Well, I didn't do that. I actually had to get to know Petit Chow, Al, and the others first. Well then, in that case, let's see what we can deduce from things we already know. Let's begin. Oh, it's already starting? Brainstorm a bit and find a breakthrough. Anne is a small oceanid. She didn't create the oceanid creatures in Anapasis. Speaking of, how do oceanids reproduce again? Chicken mushroom skewer. At the risk of missing major plot twists or important foreshadowing, I don't think this is related to Anne's background either. Oceanids are sentient creatures unique to Fontaine, and they can create oceanid creatures through mimicry and transformation. Remember all the strange and wonderful oceanid creatures we saw before we met Marianne? Anne said the name sounded familiar. I should ask her about it should something come to mind. To Seymour, she is someone that he must protect. Either way, ordinary humans don't live that long. It's been several hundred years, so they're probably not the same person, right? Anne's far too weak to control that whole realm, so she can't be the Oceanid behind it all. Maybe Osile can create water creatures, but it's extraordinary to be able to imagine creatures with such rich personalities. I'm almost certain there's an Oceanid in Anapasis controlling everything. Who can she be? The Marianne in Anapasis seems very mysterious. We once suspected that Anne was a character from her dreams. It's definitely not Anne. I believe her. She is also searching for answers. Marianne, who has the same name as Seymour's owner, and who seems to know everything. Even if she's not an Oceanid, she's probably related to the Oceanid behind all this. That's enough for now, more than enough of a warm-up. Correct. The oddities in Anapasis all point to the powers of the Oceanids. This is not Miss Anne's doing. All of this together means There's another Oceanid in Anapasis. That is what I suspect, an Oceanid with whom Marianne has a close relationship. Or perhaps she could even be the princess herself. Do you mean to say that Marianne may in fact be Princess Lyris? Yes, Lyris, the Red Empress of the N Ordo from back then. The Red Empress who loves to take heads. Take heads? I seem to have a vague recollection of something like that. Whoa. But it's not a story about Lyris, rather it's a fairy tale about someone named Marianne. Yes, the taking heads thing is just a metaphor. Lyris is made of pure water, and so has the ability to dissolve and extract people's wills. The N Ordo used her to extract the ego and become holy. Searching for the keyword Lyris has yielded relevant information in my indices. Talking of the Red Empress has reminded me of a few things about Marianne. Mull that over for a while first, then speak to Miss Anne and Seymour. See if the conclusion you reach awakens any new memories. Knight Tabor, I remember the name Marianne. Oh, do tell. It's familiar to me because it's from a children's story, the same one the Red Empress comes from. The female lead, Liddell, was mistaken for Marianne, the servant, and Marianne never appeared throughout the entire story. Maybe Marianne never really existed except as a figment of someone's dreams. What do you know about this story, Anne? And isn't that a good question? How do I know about it? The memory feels more vivid than those I have of the story of the evil dragon Narcissus. Shall I summarize the entries regarding Lyris I possess for you two? Alright. Omitting the standard citation format, reconstructing output to match format, report to superiors. Lyris is a registered Oceanid. She is not eligible to be stationed in the waters outside Fontaine and has become a special source of information for the nation. She was appointed as the director of an orphanage to symbolize the love and affection of the previous Hydro Archon. The orphanage's affairs were mainly managed by its human vice director. An orphanage director? Then how is she connected to the N Ordo? As director, Lyris was very... Oh, I think that was Paimon that said that. As director, Lyris was a very affectionate toward the children and quite devoted to them, but her intelligence among Oceanids was below average. She wasn't very good at working out the cause and effect of things, nor could she even count. As a result, she was not qualified to perform covert investigations. Aw, sounds kinda like a big old cat mom who can't count. You know, because cats can't count, so they pick up their kittens one by one and keep going back until they see there aren't any kittens left. Later, the orphanage was destroyed during the calamity, and official records of her stop there. They say she failed to understand the link between the disaster, the orphans fleeing, and her own conduct, and so she wanders the ruins, drowning in guilt and expectation. I have an underwater locomotion module. Once Marianne and I dove down to the ruins of the orphanage, whose coordinates were the same as those of the Anapasis. There we found an Oceanid swimming sadly in circles. When she next appeared in the records, she was a core member of the N Ordo and the subject of a high-priority arrest warrant. Oh, but she doesn't seem like a bad person. Considering that she may be connected to Anne, she must have been tricked. Ah, yes, there's another important piece of information worth noting. The orphanage's name was the N Institute. These are all Marachasi Phantom files that Mr. Alain Guillotine recorded for testing light sensitivity while designing me. The output is via my image-to-text-to-speech module. According to eyewitness testimony regarding who I suspect to be Lyris, there shouldn't be any problems. And you may have heard of this elsewhere, but it is worth mentioning again. Alain and Mary Ann were orphans in the care of the N Institute before the Marachasi hunter Emmanuel Guillotine took them in. Thank you, Seymour. Don't mention it, noble madam. Interesting. Caterpillar. Paimon feels like you've changed a lot since we met in the Fortress of Meripede, Caterpillar. Would a 5-year-old child and a 15-year-old teenager be the same? Perhaps returning here simply reminds me of the past and who I used to be. Time is frozen in the fortress. Being locked up there for a day or 100 years, I'm afraid it made no difference to me. La Noire is what made time flow for me. Watching her grow reminded me that time still passes and life is still being born, shining brilliantly and then being extinguished. And so I changed as well. That said, my past self, the person I was before I met her, would certainly be more helpful to Anne and Seymour in our current situation. That's true. Don't be like that, Paimon. Just think about it. Making up stories for La Noire was nothing more than putting such ways of thinking to good use. Regardless, it has nothing to do with the current situation. You look like you still have questions, Tabor. Since we have our own suspicions about Anne and Lyris's relationship, we have topics of discussion that can be used to refute or sustain those conjectures. How do Oceanids reproduce? I'm sure you have friends more knowledgeable than I am regarding that. Perhaps you can even find scholars of natural philosophy who have dedicated research to the question. Or you could have asked the Oceanids you know personally, but you asked me. Of course, I know what you mean. So this is your speculation, I see. Paimon doesn't get it. When we exchanged information earlier, Tabor mentioned that Anne is the person in Marianne's dream. Or perhaps she might be a manifestation made by Marianne, an Oceanid Oceanid. Oceanid Oceanid? Why the repetition? Are you trying to make it sound cuter? Apologies, perhaps my description was ill done. Still, can an Oceanid create an Oceanid creature version of an Oceanid? Wow, that's deep. That's like asking if hard candies can be used as the filler for another hard candy. So, what would you say to that? This question's really interesting, but Paimon's already hungry for answers. I suppose I have to say I'd supposed to, so. Still, you may not realize just how deep this rabbit hole goes, so let me explain. Do tell. You might be confused as to why there are Oceanid creatures with personalities in the Anapasis. Oceanids can create Oceanid creatures, then can they create Oceanid humans, or Oceanid Oceanids? Convention dictates that it is rare for Oceanids to be able to mimic a human unless the human drowns in their arms, or the Oceanid has spent extensive time with the person who knows everything about them. And the Oceanid in question must also have tremendous wisdom and compassion. I'm afraid perhaps only one as powerful as Rodea could do it. Oh my god, no way! Rodea? Oh my god. That's crazy. Wow, so that means Adia must be incredibly strong. So it's rare to mimic humans, but not impossible. Now creating another Oceanid, that's different. Creating humans using human knowledge can only be achieved by gods, and the same applies to Oceanids creating Oceanids. It usually should be impossible, in this world at least. Unless this human or Oceanid has already placed themselves above their own kind and attempted such insanity. You mean they thought they had become a god? That's right. Followers blindly believe in their leaders, who in turn blindly believe in themselves, giving rise to delirium and delusions. I can do what a god can do. Their deeds are not that great after all. Powerful belief is also a powerful will, and magic is skill that molds reality to your will. Perhaps the descendant hypothesis makes more sense. Perhaps, it's possible and quite understandable too. If nothing else, the Lyris I know doesn't have this kind of intelligence, nor would she be this crazy. I have some less mainstream ideas about how Oceanids reproduce, but they're not important, and we can discuss them later. Now let's reorganize the information that everyone just recalled. This might take some time, and might be somewhat hard on our throats. I'm ready. So regarding Elaine's younger sister Marianne, the Anapasis Marianne, the Red Empress Lyris, and the Anna who is with us. What will our conclusion be? How will we sustain it? And how shall we refute it? Everyone gathers. Is there anything else you feel we should add? As I mentioned before, Marianne is not only the princess in Anne's story, but she is also the person I must protect. She is the younger sister of Elaine Guillotine, who designed me for ACV-07. As for the matters concerning me, I suppose you already know all about them, Knight Tabor. Speaking of which, didn't we also hear all sorts of stuff while we were in Elenus? Seymour was also damaged during that time. How did it go? Did you think of anything? About the damage to Seymour and Elenus. That's right, Seymour was damaged inside Elenus and Mimir had been taking care of him. To my shame, yes, though I do not have such emotions, you can see it as me having lowered my assessment of myself. And according to Alinus, the battle that occurred within his body ended quite terribly. Evidently, that was a battle that damaged you, and it was an incredibly fierce one. But considering that you were damaged, then your master might have been... Common sense dictates that the fate of Marianne Guillotine, sister of Elaine Guillotine, was most likely a grim one. This world is full of tales of loyal knights who exchanged their lives for a miracle, so you needn't grieve too much, Seymour. Seymour appears to have entered a data fragment sorting mode out of pure shock. But your master, Marianne, was an ordinary human being, wasn't she? And the time that had passed since then surpasses the lifespan of any human. How did it go? Did you think of anything? The Red Empress of Lyris. Or the Red Empress Lyris. She was an important figure in the N Ordo, and she is also the other Oceanid involved in the tale apart from Ms. Anne. One of only 2 Oceanids, and we also just agreed that we believe there must be an Oceanid behind Anapasis. But her traits don't match those of the Marianne we encountered. Could it be that Lyris's imagination was behind everything, even me? That's unlikely. Seymour mentioned that her intelligence was quite limited, so phantoms of this sort would be quite hard for her, similar to how an author would struggle to write a character more intelligent than themselves. In fairy tales, the kitten may dream of their living little master, but I fear such things don't happen in real life. So who is behind all this? And who in the world is that Marianne? Huh? What about me again? We once suspected that you might be the person that Marianne dreamed of. So in your view, Marianne is the Oceanid behind the curtain, yes? I don't know. Well then, do you find the name Lyris familiar? She is, after all, the only Oceanid involved in this apart from yourself. If you mean the title, the Red Empress, then yes, I do have some impression of it. Marianne and the Anapasis. That makes her our prime suspect then. To be honest, were you using the process of elimination? You actually already guessed as much long ago. Didn't want to disrespect Anne, though. You're right, but you do already have a version of the story in your heart, your own interpretation, yes? If that is the case, then we should go and find Marianne and see for ourselves. Please permit me to change the topic for a moment. Does this mean that I shall no longer able to fulfill my duty or my orders to protect Marianne? We've worked out this much, and that's the only bit you have to care about? It may be cruel, but from this moment, the moment we discovered that the Guillotine siblings were from centuries ago, it was probably inevitable. Correction. So the conclusion would be that it was my incompetence that exposed Marianne to danger. Do not blame yourself. You have fought to the point of destruction. You have done your part. There's no need to be so pessimistic either, though that is an odd thing to say to a machine. Yeah, it's like pouring Fontaine into a sink and saying, "Sink, you'll get fat if you keep drinking like this." Oh, 4ACV07. Can't believe you remember that. What is it, Mr. Caterpillar? Why use my official designation? We may not have reached any conclusions, but we now know what to do next. Look, there is a Marianne and Anapasis too, and she has close links to the N Ordo. My long-term memory module confirms this. As such, there's no need to restore your logic module to factory settings yet. Let's step back. We can go and find this Marianne. Thank you for your logical troubleshooting and emotional adaptive maintenance. I think what you said makes sense. It is not yet time to admit defeat and restore myself to my initial settings in order to take on a new mission. Glasses are smudged. Lol. Yeah, that's right, you silly doggy. Let's leave things here for now. Once you are ready, we can continue. Why don't we go find this Marianne? Let's solve that mystery before tackling the N Ordo issue. I concur. I'd really like to figure out that one too. After all, it might explain where I come from. My logic module agrees that this is the correct course of action. Shall we go then? Where that is. We're back again. This time I must marry Anne. That's the spirit, Miss Anne. In truth, I must confess to being somewhat jealous of you. Still hold out hope of recovering your past. I've been searching for centuries, but I haven't found a thing. So please, do your best for this old caterpillar's part as well, alright? Figure your past out, and come accept your present self. Yep, I will. Well, what are these guys doing here again? Wait, isn't that Al's group? Oh, yes, it is us, and you are Knight Tabor and Paimon. It's real good to see you. So good that I can't control myself anymore. Please dodge to the best of your ability. She asked us to send you a message. Now let me take out her handwritten letter and with my hands, which are much like yours, yellow and white ones. Ahem. I don't want to hear your stories. I prefer my version. Fight them? God, this is the worst team to fight them with.
Smile! There's still news to report!
Wind Strider.
Maybe not the worst, because I can just keep them perma-frozen. Oops.
Hard-hitting exclusive! Hold that pose!
That bubble was here before. The bubble that was here before is gone too. Well, it was Princess Lyris's magic. That's just how the story goes. Let me think of a way. Close your eyes, everyone. A temporary optical sensor shutdown. Understood. They will be reactivated on your command. Wait, why do we have to do all that? The essence of a mime is pretense. The charade that something is still here. And belief is the heart of magic. The faith that there is meaning here. Let's close our eyes. So Anne, begin imagining what it would look like if that bubble was still here. Close your eyes and feel some sort of fluctuation. I prefer the story of the Anne adventure team sitting down happily for tea time after their adventure has ended. Wow, it really happened! The Order called this step, the process of imagining things in such detail, imaging. Let's go over and have a look. Up we go. And it's the entrance that disappeared this time. And do you know how to make the portal? Can you do your imaging thing on it? Alright, let me give it a try. Close your eyes and a lonesome silence comes over you. But everyone's left. They won't come back, no matter how long I wait. I can't, it seems. Wait, why? How are we supposed to see Marianne then? I suspect that this is because the portal has lost meaning and thus cannot be recreated. From what you told me before, the entrance that was once placed here led to a story that had yet to be written. Now that she has said everything she wanted to, the story no longer has any meaning. Marianne is rejecting our answer, and that is why the way is shut. Does this mean we're going to return empty-handed? It does seem so. I wouldn't say we're completely out of luck. Notice something we didn't then, Knight Tabor? I heard something while Anne was imaging. I did hear something then, so you can hear it too? That Marianne's real... Would that be Marianne's real thoughts? What did you two hear? Might be best not to discuss personal secrets here. The walls might have ears and all. Head back before we talk about this. Return with everyone to the N-Ordo. Oh, threat. This quest is super interesting. Oh, could you tell us what you heard? Perhaps a hilly trail might hear something that humans and Oceanids will not, just as how dogs and humans differ in that regard. I must correct your statement. My auditory components can indeed pick up higher and lower frequencies as compared to humans. However, I am not a dog. Moreover, a dog's low frequency hearing is similar to that of a human. That's so. Well, I was talking about real dogs, not you, 4ACV07. Silly dog. That said, I didn't think you would hear it too, Night Tabor. I wonder if we'd heard the same thing. That everyone's left. They won't come back no longer. How long I wait. Looks like we heard the same thing. I suspect that was the inner voice of Marianne. Did she say anything else? I'm not trying to invade anyone's privacy or anything. I just think that we're onto something here with you mentioning these words, Tabor. Let me think. After that, I also heard something like, I prefer the story of the adventure team sitting down happily for tea time after their adventure had ended. And then, I don't want to hear your stories. I prefer my version. Have you noticed something off about this, Tabor? Please state your case. Let's think our own thoughts through first. Perhaps we might be able to come to some conclusion. You don't seem to want to link the two of them together. Neither elimination nor enumeration is fair to Anne. What a coincidence, I happen to agree. But I have some other thoughts to share too, though they may have nothing to do with the next step in our reasoning. The one to listen? Listening. Earlier we broached the topic of Oceanid reproduction. The huge taboo for Oceanids to mimic and transform into one of their own kind, just as it is for humans to create humans. But you see, humans can create humans, through love. Go pursue eternity, not through mystery, but love. What if, by some chance, this mysterious method of Oceanid reproduction is accomplished through imagination and mimicry? Perhaps the regret or remorse gives birth to a thought, and as they imagine the path that could have been taken, a new Oceanid is born. A very interesting idea. We'll never know. After all, it's a secret passed down amongst Oceanids only. In any case, we'll begin once you're ready. Begin. Let's begin. The one that Seymour was supposed to protect. Something happened in Alenus, resulting in Seymour's damage and her disappearance. Where is she, and what is her relationship with Marianne? A member of the N-Ordo from several hundred years ago. Her whereabouts afterward are unknown. She's also the only other Oceanid involved other than Anne. I don't know why I can't get this out of my mind. This can't really be foreshadowing, can it? That'd be hilarious. Marianne, who wove a fairy tale without an ending. She refused our visit, but she mentioned her memories from the N Institute. It sounded like she was waiting for everyone to return to the Institute ruins. The only person who grew up in the N Institute and has a matching background is Marianne Guillotine. Marianne has Marianne Guillotine's memories. The person who once waited within the deserted ruins for everyone's return was Lyris, the former director. Marianne has Lyris's memories. Oh, okay. Marianne is Lyris. If so, then Marianne is Lyris. Another piece of evidence that we have is that they can both use Oceanid powers to control Anapausis. If so, then Marianne is Marianne Guillotine. They have the same name and matching memories. Member of the N-Ordo from several hundred years ago. Whereabouts are unknown. It's also the only that Oceanid know. identities are contradictory. How can she be both people at the same time? This must mean that Lyris and Oceanid probably has special powers. Her job in the Order was to dissolve the members' egos. What would have happened between her and the missing Marianne Guillotine? For some reason, Lyris dissolved Marianne Guillotine's personality, and afterward their wills, now mixed, began to dream. They dreamed of a simple world, where the princess is saved and the evil dragon gets killed, while the heroes are always pressing onward. They dreamed of a world where everything was simple and had an answer, as long as Anne was there. Thus, Anne and Marianne were born. We've put the pieces of the case that were floating all over the algae sea back together. It's just an empty box even after being put together, but we've finally figured it out. What the lost pearl should look like. What are you trying to say, Caterpillar? Wait, don't give Paimon any hints. She's gonna figure this out on her own. Piece together a good guess from the clues, but the truth is still unproven? Of course. My speech analysis module has determined that Miss Paimon is correct. Actually, I meant that we may never know the truth, but I'm afraid we have no choice but to accept this conjecture. So, Knight Tabor, is this the secret of my birth? I'm afraid I can't accept something like this right away. I understand, Ms. Anne. It's a shocking fact, and it'll require you to accept yourself again. But I don't think it should be that difficult to do so. After all, knowing your past does not require abandoning everything about the present. I do not understand the specific context of this discussion, but I would like to add that I do not believe I am different from how I was before suffering disc damage. Even though you insist on addressing me as a silly dog, my identification number is still 4ACV07. Come on, it's not that serious. I promised Knight Tabor I would accept this conclusion as long as it's reasonable. Then I have a suggestion, one that will resolve Ms. Anne's quandary and put a stop to the Anne's plans. And oh, Paimon remembers now. You mentioned him before, Caterpillar. Just who is he? Well, simply put, the leader of the N Ordo. Whoa, sounds like he's got an impressive resume, but isn't the N Ordo always up to no good? Wouldn't that make him the nastiest of the lot? Of course, during my time with my master, creator, and the other Maratrosi hunters, we devoted most of our time to hunting the Ordo down. As I said before, the goal of the Alina's operation was to capture or eliminate N as well. However, my memory does not contain any intelligence regarding his involvement. That's a given. Looking back at it now, he was merely using us as bait, and I wasn't the only one. It was the same for Jacob, Lyris, and others in the Ordo. I'm afraid the Alina's operation was probably never more than a red herring, with the goal of leading you and Guillotine away to buy him more time to execute his true plans. Remember the doomsday clock I mentioned? It's what the Ordo considers the countdown to the apocalypse, right? To be more precise, it's the apocalypse is calculated by the world formula. This planet itself should survive just fine, though. The beast of the stars shall drink the amniotic fluid of the world dry. 100 years more, and all surface life shall be wiped away. Once life on the surface is wiped out, only that which is underwater will remain. Can a planet full of fish eventually rise up to the ocean of stars? The thought of all the terrestrial life going extinct is pretty spooky, but when you say things like that, it does give things a romantic ring. It's the heading of a Yai publishing house novel from a few years back. Amir brought it back to the village to learn how to paint. Oh, no wonder. Anyways, for myself and the others gathered here, through the N Ordo is the source of all our troubles. Its objective and N's great purpose are actually completely selfless. He only took the actions he did because he calculated the coming of an apocalypse. He wishes to save the world. So, is the world really on the verge of destruction? I believe this to be a pathological delusion caused by paranoia. Were the apocalypse real, would you be able to forgive N? No, it's a bit too early to consider such things. You have yet to understand what happened to you, Anne. And as for Seymour, your hostility is a result of your programming and the duties it imposes. I suppose we must find the Holy Blade of N. Holy Blade of N? Talking about the real one, of course, as much as it may be quite strange to say that the ceremonial sword of a magic society is real. Not only will it help us stop N's plans, but its unique powers may be able to undo the merging of wills. We should be able to separate Lyris and Marianne, and then Miss Anne, you can defeat the evil dragon Narcissus and rescue Princess Lyris, regardless. Let's get moving. That's a spirit. It might take some time to explain, so let's move out of here first, and I'll explain when we get there. Atmospheric visibility is acceptable today. Enough that you can see the tower over there. Yes, that I can. That building was once known as the N Ordo as the Tower of Ipsissimus, but we would later call it the Tower of Gestalt. It was named for the idea that things that have been separated need to be combined to display their original complete form. But I suppose I might be speaking in reverse. The heart was complete to begin with, and the mistake was to divide it up for separate study. Paimon didn't get a thing you said. It's fine, don't worry about it. Plays on words are also a trick that mysterious organizations enjoy pulling. What matters is what we must do next. Some of the vocabulary you used is missing from my semantic indexes, so I could not properly parse your meaning. But I understood the last sentence. Please tell me what I should do. While investigating alone, I found a map of the seal of Simical marriage. You could say that I found 4 seals. And this tower is one of those locations? That's not the place we need to go. That said, though, who can be sure? Perhaps our destinies will yet take us there in the future. Either way, we need to use the position of the tower to locate the other 4 places. That's why we come here first. So what are those 4 seals for? That said, we've discovered from experience that it's usually best practice to just break the seals and give whatever ringleader we find a good walloping. As for me, I'd like to restore the Holy Blade of N. Cool, a new weapon. It's more for ceremonial use, but it could be used as a weapon, I guess. Well, I suppose we could just call it the answer. As I've said before, the N Ordo once had a ceremony to remove the ego and will. The Holy Blade was used in that ritual. Remember something about that. If Lyris and Marianne's wills created Anne, and if the old me was placed in some hilly churl's body... wait a minute. Didn't we already find the Holy Blade of N? What, really? Look. A wooden sword. It's the wooden sword we found during our adventures. Yes, so it is. Hey, what kind of reaction is that? Perhaps you can think of it like this. That's a wooden sword found in the N Institute named the Holy Blade of N. That makes it more important than any ordinary wooden sword. Perhaps it might be of use when the time is right, just like the Holy Blade in the story. Really? You don't need to try and make us feel better. Got it, let's go. Anyway, assuming I looked at the map from the right angle, we will find the entrance to one of the seals nearby. Dude, this world quest is wild. "150 meters under the sea." Wait, what? Yeah. Fallen. What, does it expect me to knock it over? Oh. There's a wall. Oh, I'll worry about that later. It's questing time. Oh my god, what is that? Music about to make me cry, bro. So freaking pretty. I can't get over this game sometimes, man. Wait, what? Clear bottle with a note that contains events from the life of someone named Athos and a French drawing on the back. Athos Groceries sold vegetables, kitchenware, and sewing materials. It was Athos's pride and joy, but the jeweler Brant used underhanded methods to destroy both his stall and his life. Athos stabbed him to death in revenge and dumped his corpse in the Silesia plain. To murder someone is, of course, a crime, but is the victim necessarily entirely innocent? Brant got his just desserts, while Athos will spend the rest of his life in hiding. All those who know the full story, if you are willing to help Athos get the truth out, please look for the thank you gifts he has left on the beach between the waterfalls. Your kindness should be rewarded. Just even, okay, they do. Oh. Get wrecked. What do you mean? I don't even have access in there yet. Certified bro moment. Okay, well, let's go. There was a treasure between the waterfalls. I don't know if this is important or not. On the beach between the waterfalls. There? What does bro think he's doing?
Take it. Go on. You have my approval.
Eesh. This is fun. I like this. Bruh.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
God, dude, this takes freaking forever.
strider, as one with wind and cloud.
Smile! May I present?
God. Such a bad team to fight Hydro enemies.
Hard-hitting exclusive! The show begins!
Physical Farina. Yeah, big damage.
How brilliant!
Yeah, that was epic. Like the games. Colby.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Anyway, what was that in that chest? Why does it say it's new? That's not what I found. Oh, is there more? It says gifts, plural. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy. Okay, I don't know. I can't get in there yet. Bro, what the? I missed something down there too, though. It really spawns you on this? That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Probably a Oculus up there. Calling it now. Calling it now. Oh, what the hell's going on there?
Say cheese!
Oh. She's so nice for exploration because she can do both things as well. Arena's so broken. For exploration and just for the game. Can't believe she like literally buffed pretty much everyone. And then made units that pretty much were not that useful. It's extremely useful units. It's like damn. Farina. Changing the game. And then also made it so that Maritrasi Hunter works on pretty much any, well, not any, but most DPSs. That's just insane. Just insane. Oh, Universe cooked.
What a pleasant surprise! fries. Truly an extra slice of joy.
Oyover's cooked. Ah. What did that do, though?
Shower me with praise.
Silence!
Ah.
Operable lifting column. Movable column that can be raised and lowered through the crystal receiver node on the base. Though it is not the original design or intended use, the energy of the xenochromatic ball octopus can control the receiver nodes, allowing it to be raised and lowered depending on its base. Normally, when the base has one receiver node, after the column is raised, it will slowly fall again over time. But with two receiver nodes, raising and lowering the column can be controlled separately. Sometimes the lifting column can extend to the other side of the ground. What, I need to do it from the bottom? I need the fuck. You can actually pop up a second tutorial there that I should probably read. Here we go. I get it now. It's neat.
Go on. You have my approval.
That is neat.
Strike a pose.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds come.
Let the world collide. Breaking news.
Bow your head.
Holy.
Take it. Go on. You have my approval. Hold that pose.
Okay. I really need to be fighting mechanical stuff more because I don't have a lot of their materials. There's a lot of these. Where's the source block?
Into the wind.
Smile. Truth bomb.
Okay, right there. I don't have a thingamabobber anymore. That was strange. Must have gone out of range or something. character.
Take it. Go on. You have my approval.
Is that really all that was for?
Yep.
Okay. Fine.
The show begins.
That one in the first place. Whoa, it's a bomb. God, crystal flies. There's so many crystal flies in this region, I swear. I freaking knew it. I knew there was gonna be an Oculus up there. I just freaking knew it. Called it. How would you get that normally? I guess you'd maybe jump from there? No, I may jump from the tower, I guess. I don't know, Kazuha diff though. Oh, there's this down here. Blind. That's how you would do it, huh? But there's a statue all the way down there. New trap? Oh my god. The Tower of Episimus comes from an old concept from the ancient Fontanian kingdom of Remuria, and was used to describe a powerful will that could rule, sustain, and destroy the world. This tower is designed by the En Ordo, and it represents the evolution of the human soul and the infinite mysteries of the world. The En Ordo believes that people continuously refine themselves through samsara cycles. Oh snap. These includes Hyperborea, Natlantian, Remuria, and the first half of the fourth samsara, Aria? Is this these previous samsara cycles, and this is the one we're in because it's halfway through? Which we are presently experiencing. So what? These are 4 different samsara cycles. Interesting. Please take note that these are just names given to these eras by the Ordo based on ancient texts, and this evolution refers to the spiritual evolution. There's no intent here to antagonize any research results obtained by the academia. The human spirit undergoes the laws of paradise, the defeat of evil dragons, the original sin, and baptism. And finally, freedom from the gods. Finally, we would like to thank the following ladies and gentlemen for the generous support. Madam Blank, Mr. Eliphas Blank, Mr. Blank. Most of the names have been struck out. What? What do they mean by that? I feel like that's a bombshell. Like, on God. On just some random piece of paper. Where's Celestia in relation to this tower?
Time to go.
This may very well be. Well, actually, no, I think that mountain over there is still taller. Where the hell is Celestia, though? I don't even see it. Oh, there it is. Maybe the closest we've ever physically been to Celestia, though. Wonder if that mountain down there, currently out of the map, any relation to Celestia? Considering it's right underneath it. Ooh, next update, question mark? That mountain's like fully modeled too. It's not like a placeholder one. Well, it probably is a placeholder one, but like it looks different compared to the other ones, you know? It's right beneath Celestia. That's real interesting.
The scenery is wonderful. Surely
The scenery
enough
is
to
wonderful,
convince
I agree.
anyone to become a wanderer.
A who? Yeah, you can't tell me that mountain down there doesn't have anything to do with Celestia. Yeah, that's too much of a coincidence. Stormterror's lair. He's so much from up here. World's incredible, man. Boyoverse, man. They're crazy. Shit. Okay, whatever. They're all one. That isn't a big enough bubble, though. There's a second one? Unless maybe it is. It's not. It definitely is the second one. Oh, that is a bubble. I thought it was a... Honestly thought it was something else. Thought it was the, like, jellyfish thing that shoots you up, you know? Jellyfish-esque thing. Taking on the jellies!
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Sussy. Sussy.
Settle down.
Oh.
May I present? Say cheese.
Jeez.
Ah,
This tower's weird, champ. Where's this gonna take me up? Oh, I didn't want to go up. I was on my way down, actually. Whoa, I got a lag spike when I came down here.
Deep strategy.
Hold that pose!
Bro, what? How'd I get knocked down like that?
I must remain calm.
May I present? What a pleasant surprise! Truly an extra slice of joy.
I feel like I need to probably go back down to that one location. Oh, there's definitely a quest here. Looks so different than any other treasure chest. Hey, what are you doing? That's private property. What are you looking at? Never seen an adventure before? Well, what a coincidence. We're adventurers ourselves. What are you doing here? We're looking for the treasure left behind by the Lilia Crucis Forum. It's gonna make us rich. Urville said so. Hey, why are you telling them about it? Oh, in that case, no, we are definitely not looking for the treasure left behind by the Lilia Crucis Forum. You haven't been scammed too, have you? I've heard it from someone called Virgil, then if you've heard it from someone called Virgil, you've just been lied to. There's no treasure, it's just a scam. Huh, like I'm gonna believe you. You just want it for your, you just want to get us out of here so you can keep the treasure for yourselves. Do I look like a fool who just believes whatever someone says? I know what you're trying to do. Alrighty then, good luck to you. It seems that some lessons must be experienced to be learned. Sorry, we are not looking for treasures left behind by the Lilia Crucis Forum. Okay, well that leads to something later, I'm assuming. Must be their boat. Visual storytelling. Okay, what the hell is this down here, though? Oh, hello. I don't have any things. Where are the guys? Oh, there we go. There are some guys. Not the best thing for fighting, though. Bro, what? I tried to fire it back. Bro, hello? There we go. Come on, fire at me, bitch. Up. Oh, that might have been too late. Nope, we got it. Bring it. Ah, that gave me a unique item. Bring Look at the first dewdrop. What is that? Oh, there's more of it. Bro, why is my blood sugar so low all of a sudden? Like, I feel like I'm dying. Diabetes moment. Hey, is there either a currency or a regional specialty for a character? Is that the primordial sea under that? I wonder what that is. It's weird. Honey. I'm gonna read this in my head. Eat food. I don't quite understand what it's saying. Autumn's regrets. Not quite sure what the point of that was. Adam had no faith she stuck to when she was alive, and presumably no last messages the day she died. She once danced like a puppet amidst sweet lies. When she woke up, the most precious thing in her life, her daughter, had been taken. Autumn wanted nothing more than a perfect world for her daughter to live in, dedicated everything to make it so. If you understand the pain a mother can feel, you who are reading this note, and if you are willing to grant a mother's wish to protect her daughter, please go to the shelter in the center of the lake and take what she has left for you. I find that lake kind of sussy. If it's the lake, I think it is. Yeah, it's right there. Oh. Going the wrong way. What, Nino? What's up? Imagine calling me a bozo.
Shower me with praise.
Bow your head.
You're eating McDonald's? Nice. Dude, McDonald's actually doesn't sound bad right now.
Let's do this
Oh
thing.
shit, it's one of the world bosses. Wrong thing, damn it.
Time to shine.
Oh my god, I'm just throwing over and over again, aren't I?
Hard-hitting explosive.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Silence.
Bro, he has so much health.
Be sanctified.
Say cheese. Let my name echo in song. Breaking news.
Bow your head.
Dude, why does he this guy has way more health than most of them. Oh my god, please stop.
Smile.
I just wasted that. Smooth.
As one with wind and cloud.
The tides beckon.
Come on. Say cheese.
Settle
Bro
down.
has no chill.
Let the world collide. Breaking news.
Bow your head.
Keep it
Liam.
real.
There's just something they've done. It's pretty cool. There's a bunch of bosses throughout Fontaine, that have a lot of health and they deal a lot of damage. And they all have achievements associated with them. And I kind of hope they do more of those because they're fun and they respawn daily. The local legends is what they call them. It's pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. I like it. Wish they'd. I mean, I'm glad they're doing more of those. More things like that. But Jesus Christ, that guy had a lot of HP. Like, more than the last one I fought, for sure. I don't... Oh, right there. I'm blind. Bro, this low blood sugar is getting me bad. I think I gave myself way too much insulin. Oopsie. Where do I even want to take this? Oh? Farina, Jean, Ryan, and Bennett. Nice, nice. Yeah, that sounds pretty solid.
Yep.
Anyway, I need to figure out what's up with this lake. Also a world quest. $100 something K. Nice, nice. That's PogChamp. Oh shit. Let me just cheat real quick. Ow! I didn't dodge. Oh, I did dodge, actually. What? That was unexpected.
wish I could interview whoever left this stuff here.
What the hell? Where are we? Friends, you have come to this abandoned lake shelter. Feel free to take anything you need. Possessions that are useless to us may yet save another from disaster. Remember the order. Start by the chair, in the water, by the fire, and finally on the wall. Chair, water, fire, wall. Operate? Chair. What was it? Fire? Oops. Chair, water, fire. Wall. Chair, water. Fire. Ball.
Ooh, what a pleasant surprise. Truly an extra slice of joy.
Oh my god. That was cool. It's a neat little thing. So does it just say new after you complete it anyway? That's what it did in the other one as well. Huh. No, I already read it. I already read it. It's just, it says that it's new once you complete it for some reason. I already read this. Same thing. Oh yeah, so what's here? Guy that's in a cage. Seemingly craven redhead. Hi girl. Today just isn't our day, eh? Tough luck for the both of us. I see that you're out for a stroll with your pet, but you walked right into our camp. You'll pay for that. We were about to call it a day, but thanks to you, we've got more work to do. Just our luck. Paimon, what are we gonna do? We're being robbed. You're missing the point. First of all, Paimon is not a pet that needs to be taken for a walk. Whatever you think you're the boss, Paimon will show you how wrong you are. It's showtime. We're the legendary Tabor and Paimon. It's your last chance, outlaws. Surrender now or prepare to meet your end. Well, ain't that something? A pet that talks. That could fetch a handsome sum on the market. A handsome sum indeed. Eh? Enough talk, let's do this. Wait. Monsieur, Havisham, Monsieur Jingle? What are those names? I thought we had a deal. I promised to give you my goods, and in return you wouldn't hurt any innocent people or animals in the interim. Well, I suppose we've just met, so you probably haven't heard about our story. We used to be apprentices in the court of Fontaine, but then we got kicked out. Do you know why? They said we didn't work hard enough. But no matter what comes our way, my brother and I will always learn from our failures. So we lost our job because we didn't work hard enough? Then we'll be sure to work harder than anyone else in our next gig. I also work harder than most when it comes to fighting crime. Ha, girl, I'll admit that you don't look like the typical hero, but you've got guts. If fight's what you want, that's what you'll get. I'll have you know this isn't our first rodeo. Please, would you all just hold your horses and listen to me? What good will it bring to fight each other? I would hate to see any of you get hurt. You know what? I've got enough money for all of us. I'm not sure if it's sufficient for your services, but I'm willing to pay double the ransom if you lay down your weapons. Are you okay? Thank you for asking. I do miss my usual freedom, but apart from that, I'm fine. I thought they were the ones who locked you up. Then why don't you accept our help? Why are you offering them an even bigger ransom? My dear friend, sometimes you may encounter difficulties in life that you cannot overcome by yourself. I believe Monsieur Havisham and Monsieur Jingle have found themselves in such a pickle. I have the choice to save the lives of 2 people, or even 4, all for the cost of a 9 nuggetary sum of gold. Wouldn't you call that a fair deal? And you needn't worry about me. I have reached an agreement with them. In exchange for my freedom, I have offered to provide them with a batch of goods. This way, they will be furnished with a sufficient amount of capital to start a living that does not involve harming innocent people and animals. That's indeed what you said. That's indeed what we heard. All that for someone you have never met. You have a heart of gold, my friend. I'm so touched. We are men of our word. We'll let you walk free today, lucky girl, and don't forget to take your pet with you. That's good. All right, Tabor Paimon, you can go home now. No need to worry about me. I'll take Monsieurs Havisham and Jingle to retrieve the goods they have been promised. An easy task if I ever saw one. The treasure hoarders free the redhead from his cage, and the three of them head east together. What was that? They're gone. Tabor, do you really think the treasure hoarders are gonna let him go? He doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the drawer. Could have paid me to fix the problem. Maybe the three of them were putting on an act. What? Are you saying that they're in this together? But they're already long gone at this point. If they did that to trick us... Paimon's dying to know what's going on. They just headed east. Why don't we follow them? East we go. Where's this... Oh, there's like a cave under here. Will you stop mantling on the branch, please? Thank you. There they are. Let's find a place to hide and observe. Here are the goods that we agreed upon. It's not much, but it should be enough to help you muddle through for a while. Let me check. The exact amount you promised, no more, no less. You're not one for flim-flam. We respect that. Anyway, I'm sure this is just a drop in the ocean for you, and you wouldn't mind if we took a little more, right? I mean, you've got so much more that you don't need to think twice about parting with it. We'll do a better job looking after your fortune. I was holding out hope that things would be different this time, but it always ends the same, doesn't it? Old tricks are what they are for a reason. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I wonder, are you just as generous when begging for money? What do you say, Tabor? Should we help him out? Let's keep watching for a while. Huh? But, well, you're the boss. The redhead whistles and two men leap out from a hidden spot in the woods. I'm afraid not. You see, we too have a few tried and true methods to get back everything you've filched from innocent people. This is your last chance. Give yourselves up and you'll save us the trouble of having to go through this whole song and dance. If you want a lesson taught, I'm always ready. Where did you two come from? And you, where did you get changed? You're a real circus, aren't you? Get ready to be clowned on. And they're fighting already. What a mess. Are both sides by guy? 3 against 2. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that out loud. It's too hard for me. It's too hard for my brain. You're ganging up on us. This ain't hardly fair. Boss, what should we do with them? Why not ask our friends over here? Are you guys robbers as well? Oh, that's a toughie. Yes and no. We only target bad guys like these two here. Paimon's not sure Paimon entirely follows, but what Paimon does know is that these two are bad guys. They tried to rob us earlier. After that, you said you'd given them valuable cargo for free and lured the bad guys here into an ambush. That means you and the other two must be... undercover law enforcement officers? Lapdogs of the Mason Gardenage? You make me sick. Unfortunately for me, that's not the case. I don't agree with the things they do in pursuit of justice, but at least it is justice that they are after. That's something you lying good-for-nothings could never understand. Anyway, we're just a bunch of nobodies. But even nobodies have the right to believe in a cause, especially when it concerns matters of justice. There's no way we'd turn a blind eye to transgressions happening right in front of us. They have committed terrible crimes here, and even though they promised to let you walk freely, they never intended to actually let that happen. How do you know what they're actually thinking? You must listen carefully, not only with your ears, but with your head too. Not sure if I completely understood him, but it wouldn't hurt to try. You take a few deep breaths to cast aside a few unwanted thoughts and clear your head. Try to recall what they said. All for that someone you've never met. You have a heart of gold, my friend. I'm so touched. We are men of our word. We'll let you walk free today, girl, and take your pet with you. Why has it got the subtext there? That's scary. You scared? Paimon's not buying it. Still, though, this sudden superpower is kind of creepy. What do you mean, what we actually think? They must be oh, I see. We say what we mean. I'm not gonna fall for this. It's true. Nope. We just got carried away, that's all. Well, maybe once or twice, 3 times? This has never happened before. We've learned our lesson. We've got to get back up. Here, take our loot. It's all yours. Most of the stuff is back at camp. Life has not been kind to us, or else we would never have stooped as low as robbing. Bad luck running into this lot. We'd better warn the others. Please give us another chance. We'll make an honest living in Lumidos Harbor. Once we're back at camp, we'll get the others. You're gonna pay. Are you saying you're ready to change? Of course, as if. As we have said, so have you heard. Are you stupid? Well, that makes things easier. Okay, then we'll believe you once more. Blue, blonde, let them go. All right. We promise to become better men. Call for backup. And we will thank you properly in the future, with some broken ribs. Having said their piece, the 2 treasure hoarders hurriedly head south. How could you let them go? Paimon is sure you heard their thoughts as clearly as we did. What's the hurry? Since you heard their thoughts, you must be aware that not only do they plan to continue with their crimes, but they have plenty of accomplices. So you're playing the long game. Bingo. This is the perfect opportunity for all the fish to swim into our net. I'd be an idiot to let this slip by. What if there are too many of them? Can we come with you? Tabor knows a few moves. If you hadn't led them away in the first place, robbing bad guys every now and then is a hobby of mine as well. Paimon's sure you meant to say punishing, right? Since you're willing to help, I'll give Blue and Blonde a day off. Hmm? Fine with me, the boss calls the shots. Those 2 lying weasels have returned to their camp and to rally their brethren. Let's give them some time, then pay a visit tomorrow evening. No problem. By the way, we don't know your name. Name? It's just a code name, but you may call me Rouge. Wait till 20 the next day. It's almost time. Let's set out for the treasure hoarder hideout in the south. Well, we're getting close to Honkai update. Star Rail, I should say. It may already be out. I do want to finish this quest first, though, if I can. Hopefully it's not super long. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with that ring. I think I'm supposed to launch a ball into it. It's not the ball from all the way up there, is it? That'd be kind of crazy. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Nina? They came back to rally their people. Can't trust a word they say. Another test subject.
Wind strike.
Time to shine. Hold that pose.
Guess that was a little overkill. There's some cargo here. It looks like the gang has been busy, but I think they'll take the hint this time around. Since you've done your part, you should have some of these as well. It feels weird. I'll pass. Suit yourself. Thank you anyway. I fear I don't have anything else to offer you except my gratitude. What are you gonna do with the loot? Give it to those in need, of course. Is this supposed to be like a play on Robin Hood? Oh, I get it now. You thought I was gonna keep this to myself. If I were to do that, I'd be no different from than them. But like, what do you really plan to do? I meant what I said to Havisham and Jingle. I'm sure you know that by now. The world is full of extreme inequity, poverty, and greed. Some people resort to a life of crime only because they have encountered difficulties that they believe are insurmountable. I would love to love to lend those people a hand. Havisham and Jingle, on the other hand, belong to the other group, those marred by insatiable greed, who resort to violence to rob the weak and seize what don't belong to them. If the laws of Fontaine cannot ensure that they receive the punishment they deserve, then I will. Whatever your opinion, I will continue doing what I believe to be the right thing. I'm sure you have your reasons. You could call this arrogance, which in turn could be construed as another form of greed. Fortunately, I'm not alone on this path, and there are like-minded people by my side, even if we can make just a tiny difference in the world. Thanks all the same. Farewell. Oh, what the heck?
Strike a pose.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds come.
Silence becomes your hunting.
Where are you? Yeah.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
That's one way to say that you just opened a chest. Lol. This guy is Mr. Beast? What? Mr. Beast doesn't steal? Heck W. Star Rail update isn't out, right? I don't think it is. Where the hell's the thingamabobber here? There it is. Yes, he does give to the misfortunate. You don't believe so? Okay, I'm gonna keep playing. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah. I guess we can try this again. I didn't see anything down here though. Oh. But I may have just been blind, question mark? Let me in, Bungie, let me in! Bruh moment. Maybe? They seem like there's a way down there from up here either. Don't tell me I have to kill these seals for this. Okay, whatever. Like the worst one I could use against them. Why would they make you do that? Why would they make you kill the innocent creatures? Oh, another one of these. Liam's Ballad. I'll read that after I finally do this. No way. Okay, I made it through still. You think the update might be out now? Liam once wore bright clothes and laughed happily. Liam once wrote songs without fear of taboos and mocked the hypocrites. Liam will no longer sing out loud or act so proud, but Liam will not stoop to beg, and Liam will not bend to compromise. Liam and his music will travel far and fly high, and in a vast and empty land, Liam will continue to sing. If you have heard this song, friend, will you too never give up? If you share those ideals, please retrieve Liam's pride, and he shall reward you. Combat. Combat on this island? This island. Oh, it's closer to the... Closer to this thing. Right here. Right there. Bro, I hate fighting these with this team. Please stay away from me. Stay away, stay away.
May I present?
Davy Smith.
Let the world collide! Smile! Hard-hitting exclusive!
Bow your head.
Is it what you wish to find?
Liam's
Hopefully
Ballad.
the excitement of opening a...
I don't know why it says new. Oh, it says new because it changes this. I see, I get it now. Changes the text on the, on this. It says that you found it. So is there one more then? Found one there. I found one there. Don't know. Yeah, I am. But I'm probably not gonna get her in this first summoning session. Is the update actually out? I still actually have to make a thumbnail. Make a thumbnail. Let's just throw a freaking 1.5 thing behind my border and call it a day. Lol. actually don't know where I found them. I don't even know if this is part of the same thing. I think it is, though, because it's using the icons. Leave me alone! Did I find one at the tower? I don't think I did. Oh, but I may have found one at the bottom. Under the tower. Or remember. My memory's already breaking. My mind's going. Why are there so many hilly churls here? It's kind of sus. Holy shit, that was bright for a second at that angle. God damn.
Wind strike. Check.
What, are they fighting?
Straight ahead. Hold that pose.
Silence!
Let the record show.
That's a weird place to put a nest. It's also just gonna take me to the top. How many different ways are there to get to the top of this thing? Still, what a view. I could sit here all day. I still don't think that mountain over there is a coincidence, the way that it's all modeled already. And right under Celestia. Like, there's no way. There's gotta be something up with that mountain in the future. Cannot convince me otherwise. I should probably see if the update's actually out. I think it is. Considering they just tweeted about it, I'd say so. Alright. Well, I will be back again with another stream here in a minute. Star Rail. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in a bit.